But for the people that's gonna see this video, watch it. Um, don't judge. Rather take it as an inspiring story, or but don't be negative on it. If you see me in the road and you saw that girl there on YouTube, oh, it was you were brave. Give me a compliment. Say something good. Don't say, oh, she went this and she did that. Then I'm talking out of my community, because that's how I picture that community of being. If one of them see it, they're gonna look at me different. They're gonna it's gonna spread. Word is gonna go from door to door, because they know me. I grew up here half of my life, to say so. So mostly of the bigger people in the area, they know me, because I was friends with their kids back in the day and all of that. And for me, it's actually sad to see the community just doing what they want to. The kids, they very disrespectful towards big people.
Right.
It's not a nice sight to see, because now I'm raising 2 daughters. One isn't with me. That's a little good for me. It feels like that's a little good. She's not here, so she can be out in the world here and see all of those things. Teenage pregnancy, it's all over the place.
In that community.
In the community, there's like, at this moment as we're speaking, there's 3 teenagers. That's 2 is pregnant and the one already gave birth.
2 guys also from that community.
It's girls from
No, I'm saying the partners.
So the one
boys.
partner was from the community. Only the one girls.
Right.
Two partners is from the community.
Older men?
No, they're young. They're very young. So
okay.
like talking about 13 to about 14.
13, 14-year-old.
Yes, my daughter's age.
The girls.
The girls, 14, 15.
And the boys?
The one girl, she's 16. She's already got a baby. A baby's almost a year. So he's like 22, 23. But that's not my life. That is their own thing.
Sure.
My thing is, that's my fear for my kids.
That's right, for your kids.
And it's not like I live at the bottom. I've got a yard. I can close up. I live right on top. So kids are gonna get boring. Kids get boring when they sit up the whole time. They want to go play. They want to have fun.
And they make friends with the other kids. So you can't... How do you deny them? Yeah.
They adapt like certain behaviors.
Are you already seeing those right now?
I'm seeing that in my daughter. I'm seeing it. The small one.
Right.
I'm seeing that small behaviors. But I can't blame her, because dad also played a big role in that. Because she was small when he left. She was small. She was very small when he left. And for me to be there, going through that traumatizing, she was very traumatized.
Right.
I could see that she couldn't sleep. She was waking up in the night. I had to be there whole time, counseling, keeping her calm. I'm here, don't worry. Mommy's here. Mommy's gonna sort it out. Don't worry. And I don't talk about parenting outside to people. When I stand outside, and I don't talk about parenting like, I'm a mom, I've got those kids. I don't do that. It's all in here. It's I'm going through that. Maybe I neglected also little small things, like in why is Zoe in Delft now with a granny? Maybe I could have done more to get that transport, like for her to be the side. But to think back, there wasn't any other way.
Sure. You didn't have options.
I didn't have any option. I had to literally take them out of Constantia Primary. And Zita was a year at home. And then Zita had to do grade 2 over. But she's doing good.
Good.
mom didn't have a relationship.
Mm.
So she she wasn't around a lot.
Right.
Me growing up, she's like now for 4 or 5 years in my life.
Okay.
So it's difficult.
Mm. Mm.
They're getting that bond again.
Right.
Talking, saying, Mommy, I love you, and all of it.
Right.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And I mean, especially when you're so old, and now having to now to sort of restart.
It's restarting. It's like it's a restart. I can't explain it. I can't explain it. I can explain it, but I feel like when I explain it, it's gonna be like petty. It's gonna sound small, but for me, it's like big.
Please explain it. I'd love to hear it.
Like I said, me and my mom, we didn't grow. She wasn't in my life.
Mm-hmm.
She recently, like 5 years back, she came into my life.
Why is okay? Sorry, I'm gonna get to that, but why wasn't she in your life?
My mom didn't have a stable home for us because she's got 3 kids.
Right.
My dad was the only person that was there.
Right.
He was always there. He didn't live with me, but he was there. My mom had an alcohol problem. So everywhere in the family where she came, they pushed her away because of that problem. So she lived from house to house. And then God blessed her with a house. 2007, she got the RTP house in Delft. And then we lived there like, wow, look what's happening. My mom's got the house. Everybody's happy. But before she got the house, I was living at foster parents. I was living at people that actually adopted me. But it wasn't for long. It was like 3 years, 4 years. But it felt like a lifetime.
Really?
It felt like forever. Grade 9, I met somebody. Because there wasn't any guidance for me. Like in that time, there was no guidance. Mom isn't always there.
Right.
It's only cousins because I used to live with my aunt.
Okay.
And then I dropped out of school.
Grade 9.
Grade 9. I finished grade 9, didn't go back to grade 10.
Right.
Met this person. Actually, I don't know if it was love at first sight. I don't believe in that, but at that time, I felt very strongly. Everybody told me, no, you need to stay away from him. He's not good for you. But I still went. I made that choice.
Why did you make that choice?
Because at that time, I felt alone. Dad is up and down. His mom lived in Plumstead.
Right.
The place I'm living at was his mom's place, my dad's mom's place. So he's going to need to be by his mom's house. He need to travel back to the aunties to come and check on us. That's now before my mom got the house. Like 2-3 years before. And then I decided to meet this person, first boyfriend. Broke my virginity when I was 19. Fell pregnant, 20, with my firstborn. My boyfriend at the time, my child's father, he just, I feel like he brought the whole bad luck. I'm not sure why I say that, because he chose the wrong road. And I wasn't on that road. I didn't choose that road for him. He chose it out of his own.
So you grew up in Delft. Is that where you were born?
I was born in Tygerberg. So we lived in Ravensmith.
Okay.
We grew up there. So it was my grandma, my mom's mom, with all her kids. So she had 6 children.
Your mom?
No, my grandma. So
your grandmother,
it's my mom's mom.
Okay. Well, your mom's mom. Okay, right.
She had 6 kids. So
right.
it's my mom's siblings.
Right, your aunts.
My aunts and uncles.
Right.
So they had all their kids as well in the house. So it was all of us living in that one house in Ravensmead.
Wow. How many bedrooms?
It was a 2-bedroom. But it was a 2-bedroom house. But there was space. Weird enough, it's small, but there was space for everybody.
Like how many people who were staying
It was like
in?
the 2 brothers, they didn't have kids. The 3 sisters, they had like, the one sister had like 3 kids at the time. That's my 3 cousins. The other sister also had like 3 or 4 kids at the time. So it's...
Jesus.
And then my mom with her 3 kids. So it's me, my sister, and my brother also living there.
That's like over 15.
It's like over 15 people that lived in the house.
Wow.
But I can remember growing up, it was tough. We didn't have like breakfast, standing up, getting your breakfast. But at night before we go to bed, we had a plate of food. Because I can remember grandma is always in the kitchen making food. She always like, there was food.
For everyone?
For everybody. She made like that.
Those big silver pots.
And we had a table like this. That was like, all that plates on the table. And I'm running around in the kitchen. I'm like, every night it's Christmas, but okay, we're eating.
Right.
And my dad also lived there. In the house. My uncle, my mom's brother, he was a maniac. To say, I can't say maniac, I can say he wasn't on alcohol, but he used to snap a lot. Like, how can I say? When stuff didn't go his way in the house, he would like literally snap and then put off the lights and want to fight with his siblings, with my mom and his other sisters. And then my mom had to take us out the house and hide us because then he'd take his anger out on the kids also.
In what way?
Like in a violent way. Like literally my mom will jump out the window with us.
Jeez.
Then we like, I was very small. My sister was like a little small, like bigger than me. My sister actually went through a lot. She went like the most because she can remember all of it. I can just like blocked it out. I blocked out of all of it. There was a time I can remember my sister, I was like probably 6 or 7 and she was about 11. She had like long black hair and all my other cousins didn't have that type of hair. And then they will cut the hair in her sleep while she's sleeping.
Okay.
So it was...
She had a straighter hair.
She had a much straighter hair than
right.
all my other cousins. And they were very jealous about her, my cousins. Especially the aunts, or my mom's sisters also. When my mom goes on a alcohol spree, she's not at home. Then the aunts look after us. Then they will like really beat her. Like give her a blue eye. Then I will like look. I can remember like scenes like that. Seeing my sister the next day with a blue eye.
Just because of her hair?
Just because of how she looked. Her skin was more whiter. She was more beautiful.
Right.
To say it so. And my grandma, that was a apple of her eye. She loved my sister. She was the only person that could have slept on my grandma's bed. Nobody else. Only she.
Why do you think so?
Because I think my grandma was protecting her. Because I think my grandma saw my mom is not always there. My mom is like out on her drinking sprees. The other children's moms are there. They are in the house. And I think my grandma was actually protecting her. That's why. And that just caused like a whole jealousy in the house. A whole jealousy.
You know, there's something that you just made me think about. I remember when I first came to Cape Town to stay here. And back then, I don't know if it is the case right now, but I know that amongst colored women, you know, straight hair is a big thing.
That's a big thing, yes,
you know? I mean, I remember my friend and I we used to tease our friends because they used to GHD.
Yes.
To straighten her,
Yes.
And like this, you spend like hours just straightening that
you
thing.
You won't get it right because when you go outside, it's gonna come up again.
100%. And you used to hate if it's raining. It was the worst. My hair's gonna mince.
Yes.
Excuse me. And so you actually remind me of hair and how hair,
the impact
exactly the impact it has on one's psyche and how people can be, as you say, jealous of that and actually be revengeful towards the other person. Then on top of that, you have a light skin. It's even more, you know. So yeah, you just reminded me of that, you know.
So me growing up there, I was about 7.
Right.
Say 8.
Right.
And then my dad told me his mom got a place here in Plumstead. It's like a council flat. Then we moved here. My father took me out there in Ravensmith. He said, come and live with my mom. You're going to go school here. You're putting you in a school, you're not living there.
Okay.
But my dad's mom was very devious. Oh, she was a ex.
This is the one in Plumstead now.
Yes.
Right.
And then I loved there, but she didn't treat me good, to be honest. Then she decided, let my mom also come live there. But that didn't work out because she didn't like my mom.
Okay.
When she looked at me, she see my mom. Because she didn't wanted my mom and my dad to be together. You see. I went to primary school in Constantia Primary from grade 1 to grade 7. Constantia Primary. Loved there, like, I was in grade 3, grade 4. So, loved my granny, had a hectic time living there. It was hectic. She threw my clothes out the window. Turning a teenager, like, I was about 12, I think. 11, 12. Met this girl in class, I think in grade 4 or 5. Met this girl in class because my granny was always like, she didn't like my mom. So she will make me also bad.
Right.
You see, I don't know why.
So her hate for your mom, she took it out on you.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, to say. But I listened to what she said. Like, there was times that I listened to what she said. I did what she asked me to do. But I don't think it helped. But okay, we'll come back to that. Then I met this girl in class, told her situation at home about my granny and all of that. Then she spoke. I didn't tell her to speak to her mom. We had this connection in class, me and this girl.
Right.
Her name was Anthea. Spoke to her about it. She spoke to her mom. And the next day, her mom arrived at school. Her mom just popped up. Spoke to the principal. They called me into the office. And they asked me, how would I like me living by them? And I was thinking, like, what does that mean? Because I'm living at my granny. I must now eat all of that up. If I must finish school or whatever, I must just live there. And they asked me, like, they got the opportunity for me to live by them. I will have everything. They will put me in high school and all of that. Then they got hold of my mom. Because obviously they need to speak to my mom.
But what was your response at that time in terms of at the principal's office?
I wanted to actually get away from my granny's place. For me, it's like, I'm going to grab it with 2 hands. You see, because I didn't have everything when I was by my mom, by my granny. I didn't get anything I want, like a girl's supposed to have, you know? And because I remember my granny, she used to phone the school as well. Like every second day, she will phone the school to find out if I'm there, I'm not doing this at home. She will talk to the principal and tell the principal, look here, she's not doing this, she's not doing that.
Like doing what?
Like maybe wash my clothes or I was supposed to do something for her and I didn't do it, then she will phone the school. And that was a little embarrassing for me at the time because I was young. Now the principal is looking at me like, He will call all the other teachers and speak about it, tell them what's happening. But when they called me in, this girl's mom and the principal, they spoke to me, how would I like living by them? And I said yes. And they contact my mom with a social worker. Social worker was also involved. Mom also said yes because she didn't have like a stable home at the time. And then I lived by them from, I think that was in 2002, if I'm not correct.
And what, how old were you that?
13, 12, 13.
Right.
I lived by them. I can't remember what year and I moved back. I can remember there was a time I ran away from them. Because the mom was a chef and the dad was a winemaker on that farm. I almost now knew my sisters in retreat.
Okay.
So things also happened at that people's house when I was living there for that years. It wasn't all the rosy and like what they said, like
it's
gonna be like this, it's gonna be nice, you know, but it wasn't like that.
How was it?
It's actually the same thing that happened to my sister happened to me also. The jealousy, the cutting of the hair, the cutting of the clothes, all of it. They had a brother. It was the sister, the brother, mom and dad.
Okay.
They had quite a big house because I had my own room, you see. Whatever they buy for the sister, they will buy me. Whether it's in a different color, but it's the same main brand, it's just a different color.
Right.
So what she will do is, her mom maybe buy a brown sandal and me a black sandal. Then she will literally go and cut my sandal. Because maybe the Friday it's what you call it?
Casual day.
Casual day at school. And then the mom bought us maybe like just a tights or something. And then she will literally cut up my clothes what I was supposed to wear for the Friday. Me waking up with clothes laying there, nicely folded in the cupboard, but when the holes cut, you can see it's like literally cut with scissors.
And when you
I didn't say anything. I was that type of person when I was growing up. I was very quiet. I just let everything pass by like that.
And what were your expectations? If you remember going? So once your mom had said, okay, you can go. Obviously, I'm assuming your grandmother was not happy about that. Or was she happy that you were going where
she was a little unhappy, but I think she was happy also.
Okay. So there was not much resistance from her?
Yes. There wasn't any like running to there and saying, no, you can't go there. Stay by me. It wasn't like that. Mm-hmm. She just went with the flow.
So you were quite excited to go?
I was actually excited, yes.
Right.
I was excited at that time. But I don't know if it was a bad decision. For me, it feels like a bad decision. I think I could have just stayed with my granny and eat all of that stress and stuff up. Mm-hmm. Then today I would have maybe had my education. Because at the end of the day, I didn't actually get that education from them.
I'd like to go to the cutting up of the clothes and that dynamic there. Okay, so you wake up in the morning, your clothes are cut up.
Even say, they should literally cut my ponytail.
But I'm trying to understand, like, what are you just, what, like, if she's gonna cut your ponytail, what are you doing in that moment in time? Are you like just freezing? Yeah. Are you like?
Yes.
I'm
frozen.
Frozen. Are you?
I'm shocked. I'm literally depressed. Like the mom will ask me, "Are you alright?" But they could have seen in my face that something was wrong. But I couldn't speak about it because it's their child. You see, I don't want to make it like, yeah, I'm coming into this family. I'm just putting down demands. Maybe they're not going to believe me, because she was like, when she was around people, she was an angel. She was like very, oh, that nice girl. We'll never expect that of her. But when she's alone, devil. To say it so. When she's alone with me or with a mom and a dad, now she will change. But when we were in the classroom, she's that angel. No one would expect she's doing stuff like that.
But besides cutting up your clothes and hair, like what else would she do around the house? Especially when the parents are there, that could seem very odd when you look back now.
When the mom comes out to work, she will always bring me like a piece of maybe of the pie she made, or a piece of whatever. Then she bring it to me directly, and then the girl she will like literally throw a tantrum. She will like, you bringing her? What about me? I'm your daughter.
And the mom's response?
The mom's response was just, no, Anthea's a part of our family now. This is your sister. You need to accept that. But the mom, I think the mom also went with the flow with her. It was the dad was very, very upset. The dad was always there backing me up. The dad was the person that had to like literally take her by her shoulders, grab her into the room and told her, look here, this was your decision. You helped us get this girl out of that place. So you're gonna need to work with Anthea, help her. You can't do this to her. Yeah. They had family in Stellenbosch, like cousins and aunts and that. And in this one weekend, so the dad is a winemaker. The dad will always bring wine from work, whether it's a box, a crate. I don't know if you can remember back in the day, they used to bring the school drinks, crates.
Yeah, I remember the crates. What's those?
They will actually come and put it by your door with a bucket.
I'm trying to think of the name now. It was yes.
So they always used to order that cool drinks for us on a weekend. And then a cousin from
like multicolored, like different colors.
Like different
there's
colors.
like a red and orange. And
I used to love the orange one.
Right.
Because I used to take all the orange bottles. I used to take it out.
Right.
Put my pot in the fridge. That's mine. And then this one Thursday, cousins from Stellenbosch came through. But you could have seen her whole attitude changed towards me. It was like
the girl now.
My sister. My sister.
Not the cousins. right.
My sister. Sheila, her whole attitude that weekend like literally changed. I could have seen. She will take her cousins to the room. They will talk about me. Because I will literally stand by the door and listen what they will talk about. And she will talk about me. Saying, oh, my family's just making more of me because I don't have hair and I have... So... She was dark in complexion, but she was a colored.
Okay.
They're more family people, you see, but very nice. I can't judge a mother and a father. Very nice people, but I don't know where she comes from.
What do you mean where she comes from?
With the attitude she had, man.
Right.
The way she changed on me, like.
Both parents are colored.
Both parents.
Okay. Right.
Both.
So she's not a foster child.
She's not. She's not
right.
a foster child. That's their daughter.
Their daughter, biological daughter.
Yes.
Right.
And I think it was more for the light skin and the hair. Because if they take us out to wherever, cinema, the mall, or whatever, everybody will look at us. Like, look at me different. And they will literally ask them, like people that they know. People will ask them, is that your daughter? Then they will say yes. And you could have seen the people's faces change, like, can't be, man. She's like white-skinned and you all like dark-skinned. Her hair is different. But that wasn't the issue. She was just plain jealous. Because everybody made more. They gave more attention to me than her. But she was more loved. A family, a dad, a brothers.
Right.
They loved her. It wasn't like they cut her out. She got the fair share of what I get, she get.
Right.
Books, everything, bath, eat, whatever.
So you can't fault the parents
You
in
can't-
terms of
you
them.
can't.
They gave you guys equally. Right.
Equal. Yeah, coming back to that weekend. The Friday morning, we didn't go to school. I can't remember, it was a holiday or something. Then the cool drinks came. I was so excited when that cool drinks is my favorite. Now, the father will get like a box of wine the Thursday and the Friday. So he will give it out to his friends or family, or some of it he sells also. So I could have like sensed already there's gonna be something's gonna happen this weekend, but I couldn't put my finger to it. I knew something's gonna happen, but I couldn't put my finger to it because I could have seen her whole attitude like change towards me.
And was it the first time you really saw that attitude, that specific attitude?
Yes,
Right.
that just made me scared. Like I was like literally scared of her.
And how long had you known her for now before this
From
time?
grade 1.
Okay.
We knew each other long.
Okay.
So it's not like know her from now.
Yes.
We knew each other. Like I loved her.
And
because we were every day together.
right.
She came to my granny's house also. She met my granny.
Okay.
And that Friday, yeah, I took out my cool drinks, my orange cool drinks, put it in the fridge. I think it was you were supposed to open with a tin opener. Yes.
I'm trying to think. It's not Jive.
It's Cappy.
It's,
Cappy. Isn't it Cappy or something?
I'll get the name. Okay. The bottling place is in Lansdowne.
Yes, they're selling it actually now in the fridges at the moment.
Okay.
And then, as I'm taking the cool drinks out of the crates, the box of wine is like next to it. But I could have seen that there's like 4 bottles of wine is like taken out of the box. But I didn't see the father took out any wine from his wine. Because you could have heard it, you could have seen it because we in the house. And then something just told me, no man, something isn't right. Where's this wine gone to? Yes, nobody else that live in the house that take what drinks actually, because nobody drank in the house. The brother, yes, but the brother, when he drinks, he goes like out.
Yeah, and he's the brother eldest. Is he old? Okay, how old? What's age gap difference?
Between me and him?
Yeah, between you guys. Okay, are the same age, right? The girls.
No, we weren't the same age. She was like 3 years younger than me.
Okay.
She was 3 years younger than me.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think she's now 29 or 30.
Okay.
I think she's 30 now because I'm now 33.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So these wine bottles are out here.
Yeah, these wine bottles are out. I'm thinking, who would have taken it? Because the brother wasn't there. I didn't see him like for a week or so. And then I didn't still think of it that day. I was sitting in the front room taking out the cappy. I think it's called cappy because that just came to my mind now. Drinking the cappy, but it didn't taste nice. I don't know why. I'm looking at this bottle and I'm thinking, I can remember how it tastes like last week. The orange, it don't taste nice, but I don't still put my mind to it. And I drank like 3 bottles of it, 4 bottles that day. And I just suddenly feel my head is like, it's spinning. I'm feeling dizzy. I'm falling all over the place. They're in the room. There's like a gang. It's like a long passage. Her room is at the back. Mine is just like in front. And I'm going through the passage. I'm touching the walls. I'm like going like something. What's happening? And I'm shouting at her. I'm not feeling right. And as I come to their room, they're laughing. They're like, they're laughing. The cousin also, she's like laughing at the situation. I'm like, I think julle moet die ambulance phone. I'm not feeling right.
And the parents are not here.
They're not there. They at work.
Okay.
Because it was the Friday morning, afternoon.
Okay.
So they will be here like at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
They will be here. And in that time, as I'm feeling like that, I just put 1 and 1 together in my head. So you literally took that wine, they spiked the cool drinks, my flavored cool drinks, and I drank that. And I was like drunk. Because that just hit my mind. This is the feeling. This is how you feel actually when you intoxicated. Because I didn't eat anything that's gonna make me feel like that. I didn't smoke at the time. I didn't do nothing at that time because I was young. I was literally very young. And I can remember me just going like that, starting, Mayra, ek voel hier, I just want to fall. And as I'm coming to her room, as I'm going through the room, the cousin gave me a smack. Just so, and I just fell on the bed. I think I was a little unconscious, like slightly unconscious, because when I woke up, she was on top of me. This girl.
The cousin.
Sister.
Your sister.
She was on top of me.
How old is the cousin?
The cousin was like 4 older than us. She was like already in her 20s. She was bigger than us. She was literally bigger than us.
The one who slapped you?
The one who slapped me. Because me trying to get them to help me, I'm thinking something is wrong with me. She gave me a smack and I just fell on the bed. So for a second I dozed off, or I don't know what happened. Waking up, she was on top of me. My so-called sister. They beating me. Like literally beating me. But I think I was also strong a little because I had her. I also gave my few punches in, but that didn't help. And she literally bit me on my private part. She bit like, because her head was here, I was like pushing her down from me. I'm like, what are you guys doing? I was shocked. I didn't know what's happening. These people is trying to kill me now. And I'm defending myself. I can remember the cousin telling her, Mura. Ita. Maar wys vir. Sy behoort nie wys vir. So, she's like cheering the whole thing. And I'm thinking, but I'm not going to let those people do this to me. I'm defending myself now. And I literally like punched back. But she wanted to be more in my face, man. She wanted to.
Yeah. Damage your face and scratch you.
I'm pushing down. As I'm pushing her head down, she literally like bite. I didn't feel it at that moment. After I stood up, I can feel there's a burning sensation, but I didn't take note of it. I'm trying to phone the mom. The mom must come home because I don't want to be here anymore. I need to go. I don't care if I'm going to go back to my granny. I don't know where I'm going to sleep. I want to go.
Okay, but just tell me, from the time that they came to the school to say that, or rather from the time that you moved in to the house to now where you guys are fighting at this specific Saturday.
That's the first year. The first year.
Is that during how far apart from how many months are you?
I think it was like a year and a half.
So in having moved into with them.
Yes.
Right.
It didn't happen like suddenly like that. Everything was smooth. She was nice to me. Everything like we did like sisters.
Okay.
And then after that, things just changed. And I went to go shower me. I can remember I went to go shower. Underwear. I didn't wash my underwear. I just put it like in the basket. Because the mom used to do that for us. Put it in the basket. I didn't tell them.
The parents?
Yeah, I didn't tell them afterwards. I'm thinking, no man, they're going to turn the story. It's going to be like, it's my fault. That's why I didn't say anything. But then the mother came to me the night. The cousin took her out. So they weren't there in the house. But the mom could have seen my face, something isn't right. So I told her, me and Andrea, we literally fought today. But I didn't tell her about the wine and all of it.
So what did you, didn't she ask what did you fight about? What was the fight about?
I can't even remember if she did ask. I can't remember. But I can remember the dad giving her a hiding. Like, the dad literally like murder over the whole situation because the mother thought I got my period. Because I didn't still think it's going to be bleeding there or whatever. I just took off my clothes, threw it in the basket, got the shower. And then the mom, I think when she took out the basket, she saw bloody on my underwear.
On my underwear,
yes. Right. And she called me in the room. She told me, you must tell me if you got your period or whatsoever. And that's the moment I told her, look here, we fought. Me and Andrew like literally like fought, and she put me there. And I could have seen the mom's face changing. I don't know if she didn't want to react in front of me or what. You could have seen she's changing, and she phoned dad. Dad came home. They waited for her in the front room because they told me I need to go to the room. So stay in the room. Don't come out or whatsoever. And then they like the father moved her. I didn't actually want that to happen because as I'm sitting in the room, I can hear the commotion. I was actually crying for her part. But I had to tell them we actually fought. Because this lady's like forcing me, tell me if you got your periods. You need to tell me this. And I told her it's not periods. It's not blood that came from there. It's blood because she literally put me there. And she took me to the hospital. Luckily, it wasn't stitches or nothing, but they had to like see to it. They told the cousin must only stay there like for another 2 days, and she must go. She must go home.
The 20-year-old one.
The 20-year-old.
The older one.
Yeah.
So she was still there.
She was still there.
When the parents, when the dad is now beating her.
Yes, she was still there.
And isn't she defending or saying, or they're not asking the cousin what happened as the eldest being there?
Nothing. I didn't come out my room. Like, I can remember going to, that was the weekend. I didn't come out that whole weekend out of that room. The only thing I went kitchen to make something to eat, or they will bring my food. I didn't put my foot out of that because I was scared.
Scared of what?
I was scared of the cousin maybe getting me again. Like, you know, not without them seeing. Because I told her on Sunday you're going to go home. That was the Friday night. So Saturday, Sunday morning still. Because I know the mom works on the weekend. And the dad also works on the weekend. I literally locked myself in the room.
And the parents didn't come after dealing with the
only
daughter.
The dad came to come apologize. He came into the room. He came to come speak to me, to apologize and all of that. I don't know what went wrong with the mom. But I think the mom spoiled her too much. Really spoiled her. She was spoiled.
And so how was it after that now at the house? After that weekend?
I didn't get any better. Not at all. We didn't speak to each other. We'll just walk up and down. We don't talk to each other. And then the boss of the farm decided he's going to sell the farm where all that people is living. So he's going to build houses in Westlake. That's opposite. And I don't know if they got the money to build houses or I don't know what happened. But so it's 6 months, like in a year's time, we moved over.
Okay.
To Westlake.
After that incident? 6 months after that incident?
Yeah, so 6 months after that incident. I think they were already building the houses there.
Okay.
So they already got the message to say, look here, we're building the houses. Everybody's going to need to move. I'm selling the farm and all of that. So we moved over to Westlake. And from there, things just got out of control. Because now it's basically all the people we know, we're living literally next to each other. So it's the schools, how can I say, our classmates.
Okay.
Mostly of our classmates also. They also living like opposite.
Okay.
We like in the same road now. I wasn't friends with her at all. I was friends with my friends outside in the road. So the relationship we had prior to all that wasn't the same. It wasn't the same anymore. I don't know.
Why was it like? Why was what happened after you guys moved to Westlake? That, I mean, it sounds to me if you've got new friends, at least you can leave the house and go to your friends. I mean, what was happening then that you said that it even became worse when you guys moved to Westlake? What got worse?
She's making me bad. She's talking to classmates. You see, because now we're in grade 7, we're in grade 6, 7. Our last year. Everybody's excited, it's high school.
Mm-hmm.
And some
But she's younger than you though.
Yes,
hey?
but we were in the same class.
Okay.
And we can go back to that again. I went a little late to school.
Okay, now that's the thing. I'm trying to in my head. I'm trying to think like literally. I'm trying to like compute. Like, okay, what's happening here?
I went late to school.
All right.
I think I repeated a grade.
Okay.
Because of the moving up and down of my mom and all of that.
Okay.
That's where that came in.
All right. So to put things into context, all right. She is 3 years younger. So at that time, she was what? How old was she in grade 7 or whatever?
Grade 7. So I was 15. Let me see, 15, and she was about 13.
13. Okay. All right. So you were hanging out with 13-year-olds as your friends, not 15-year-olds.
Yes.
You were 15, but you're hanging out with 13-year-olds.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. And then there was this, that was actually the last of me loving there. I asked the mother in what school, high school, are they going to put me in? She went to Videographer High. They put her in Videographer because I also wanted to go there. Videographer is the one here in Wynberg.
Oh yes, by the military base there.
Yes.
In the corner, yeah.
Videographer.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also wanted to go to Videographer. And they put me in Lavendale High. So I was in Lavendale High. Was supposed to go to Lavendale High. And she goes to Videographer High. But I just told myself, it's fine. I don't care what school it is. I will just go.
But didn't they explain to you why Lavender Hill?
They didn't explain to me. I don't know why. Because I didn't have a bad report.
You'd mentioned earlier on that there was a time where you ran away and you ran to retreat. What happened there when you ran away?
That was when we were still living on Steenbeef, golf course. She made a brother up against me. So the brother decided to get boys from the farm to come into the house and to harass me.
What do you mean harass you?
Like in making fun of me, not in like touching or nothing like that. They were like, call me names and go on with me, and I didn't like it. I wasn't that type of person for. You could have sensed it, because this wasn't like joke making. It was like literally a makeup. He was like, they were going on with me and I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a time he pushed me, like literally like physically like pushed me, and I fell in the front room. And then I just packed my bags. I packed all my clothes in plastic bags and I just ran. And they phoned the police. They phoned the police to look for me.
The parents?
The parents. The police came to my granny's house. They didn't find me there. And then they came to my sister's house. And then that day was hectic because my sister was crying. My sister was very emotional because she couldn't still take me on there. I couldn't live there by her because she's living with a boyfriend's father and the aunt, because his mother wasn't also there. And then I had to go back.
And then when you go back there, I mean, now you go back with the police or?
Yes, I go back with the police. And the mother wasn't even, I can remember the mother standing in front by the door. But you could have seen the mother wasn't that worried. The father was worried. Because he literally like grabbed me like, are you okay? Are you okay? What happened? What happened?
And the police, are the police not asking you, why did you run away?
They did ask me, but I didn't. I just made up some story. I don't want to be here. That's all I said. I don't want to live here anymore. That's what I said. But I didn't make it like, I didn't tell them the whole story.
And then when you get back home, the parents aren't asking, okay, what's going on?
They did ask me what's going on. I told them it's the brother and all of that, but the mother, it's almost like the mother didn't believe me. The mother took their word. Because when the father isn't there, whatever I do or say, she don't take note of it. Or what I can't go to and talk to her for. It's like just leave it. But the father was always the one that was taking note of, what do you need? Are you okay? You can speak to me. All of it. He literally took me as his daughter. I could have sensed that. But not the mother and the daughter and the brother.
And you couldn't feel that you could go to him, the father, in terms of just breaking it down as to what's happening to you.
Yes. I couldn't. I was scared because then what is the mother going to think? And what's the daughter's going to think? Oh, he's taking her part.
Right.
He's not even taking his own daughter's part. Because I heard conversations between them, between the mother and the father. You must remember, this is not your daughter. This is not your blood. We're helping her and all of that. Yes, we're helping her, so she needs to get everything, that all opportunities.
That's the father.
That's the father saying all opportunities needs to go to her. So how we helping if you're gonna push her down? That's his words. And some of the other conversations I just blocked out. I blocked it out.
So now you're in Lavender Hill High.
I didn't even get to that point.
Oh.
I didn't get to the point to go to high school. To Lavender Hill High.
Okay.
The day before, that's December, you're going on holidays.
Right. End of grade 7 now.
So we're having our prom.
Right.
Prom
at school.
Prom was very nice. Prom was all good.
Did you invite a boy?
No, there wasn't. We didn't. Constantia Primary is not, it's a farm school, so they don't still believe in bringing partners and all of that.
Is it okay?
It was just all the classmates sitting in the hall.
Right.
You with your nice dress and you all dressed up, and the cake and the food and.
Right.
That's it.
That's it. Okay.
So it wasn't a partner side type of thing, no.
Right.
On my prom day, it was hectic. Because Andrea went out of her way for me not to look good.
Tell me how the day start.
The day started, okay, I can't remember, but I know it was maybe on a Thursday, on a Friday, when it was the prom day. Mm-hmm. But I know the day before that, we were at home. Because now everybody's going out for their outfits, what they're going to wear. Everybody's excited and all of that, hairdos and all of that. So, Mom took us to a hairdresser in retreat. So, I don't need any extensions in my hair.
Right.
It's natural curly. You don't need to still put on whatever. And then, my hair was up in a bun, all curly vibes. And then, she looked at me like, they blowed her hair. Her hair actually looked nice, very nice, because her hair was short, but it was blown out like in a bob type of way. But she actually looked very beautiful. I had to compliment her. Why couldn't I blow my hair out? But I didn't still worry about that. I was excited. And then she looked at me, she's like, you're not pretty. She told me like, that's in the hairdresser. As we like fixing up our hair, like making it nice. Now I'm asking the lady, how am I gonna keep this in like for tomorrow? She just tell me, no, just put something over. Tomorrow you just put a little conditioner on you and it'll make it wet, then it's curly again. Then the lady walk away and then she's like, she tell me like in my face, I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, nee, it's a lucky regie. You don't look right like that. You need to make your hair in a different style. I'm like, no, but I feel comfortable in the style. I'm telling her, but you look nice. No, but I don't want my hair like this. I want my hair like yours. I'm like,
She's saying she doesn't want her hair like
her
hers,
hair
her
is a
bob.
bob.
She wants it into like how
Yes.
but
Yes.
yet she's telling you
I don't
that,
look nice.
well,
And I didn't worry at the time. I'm thinking, just leave it, man. I was like, I don't care what you think. Me and her was arguing back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, we're going for the outfits. I was a type of girl that time. I didn't still worry. What if it's just a plain dress? If I go with a shorts and a sweater, I don't care. Because I wasn't used to all of that. Name brand clothes and this clothes and all of that. I wasn't still into that. And then the mom bought me a red dress. Beautiful red dress. Fitted it on. It fit me. And a white shoe. Can you remember? It's like a slip in with like a sandal type of vibe coming up. And then she had an outfit, black outfit. Very open. Like tummy is open. It's like a croc business happening.
she chose that.
She chose that.
Right.
And it's a skirt, like open skirt. Legs is all open. And I'm thinking I'm telling her, it suits you. I'm giving off compliments, but she's laughing at me. The next morning, got up, dressed. And then the hair wasn't in a straight bob.
Your hair.
No, hers. Was
Okay,
in my
she had the
mind,
bob, yeah.
her hair was not going to be like in a bob, straight bob. And her hair was in a bun. That was the best day ever. The prom was the best day ever. Came home. Everybody was now on holiday. It's December holidays.
Mm-hmm.
So now you can decide where you want to go to.
But hang on. You said to me the prom was hectic earlier on. What about the prom was, because you said the prom was quite hectic at the prom event, the event itself?
No, it was before the event.
Before the event?
Yes.
All these things you're talking about?
All these things.
Okay. But that doesn't sound like a hectic thing.
At the time, it was hectic for me.
Okay.
Because I was young. You know, it was hectic. Yes, I can remember, she still hid the dress also.
Oh, hid your dress.
Because I was late also for the whole event. Because the father went to go drop her.
Okay.
I wasn't dressed at the time. She was dressed, everything. With a bun and all of that. She went, and then I was still looking for my stuff. I couldn't find it. And I got it in a box under the bed. Right under the bed. And I came like an hour late.
And how did you get there?
The father had to come back.
Oh, he had come back because you were delaying everyone.
Yes,
right,
I was now delaying everybody.
Because you're looking
and
for your dress.
She threw a tantrum that morning. It's like, it's her fault. She's the part. Delaying everything and all of that. And the mom believed her. Every word she said, the mom believed her.
It sounds like towards the end, your relationship with the mom was non-existent, to be honest with you. From just what, if I'm reading between the lines.
It wasn't, because the mom wasn't, like she said, man, for me, she promised in the beginning, it's going to be fair, square, it's not going to be like, that's you, not my daughter, I'm taking yours as my daughter. But it didn't end up like that. Everything her real daughter tells her, she believes it.
Why do you think they took you in?
Because of the situation of my grandma in the household. Because I confided in her. We spoke like every day. I confided in her as a friend. I spoke to her like every single day what's happening at home. But at that time, I didn't still think it's going to be like a taking in situation.
But if you, okay, what I'm asking, now that you're older, looking back, and you've more mature, when you think back and you ask yourself, what actually was going on in their minds in terms of them saying they want to take me in?
Yes.
You know, what were they? What do you think their expectations were? And maybe they didn't think that they were ready for what they're doing.
They just grabbed it with two hands without thinking, I think. Because if they did do it in a good way, then I would have finished my matric and all of it. They wouldn't have been like me struggling actually today. And if they like said in the beginning, life is gonna change now. It's not gonna be that tough life with your granny and your mom and all of that. I took on that. I grabbed it with two hands. And it didn't end up like that. And I know it wasn't my fault. I can look back. It was not my fault. Because I didn't do anything that was illegal. Yes, I did smoke a cigarette. I smoked a cigarette, but it wasn't me like running after boys and drinking and partying and stealing out of their house. Nothing like that. I didn't do anything wrong for them to reject me just like that. On the age where I was supposed to start high school, I was supposed, the first day of high school, I didn't go. They took me out.
What do you mean they took you out? So now you promised done is December now, 2020.
Oh, I think.
Right.
Whatever.
But you are in your head, you're ready for high school.
Excited. I didn't even care, okay, it's 11 days. I don't care because now my classmate opposite me and next to me, they also going to 11 day life.
Okay.
So that was all good for me. And I had my transport. They bought me my books. They bought me my clothes. Everything was just ready.
Right, okay. Anthea, before you go to in January that next year, up to now, your family, your biological family, your mom, your dad, your grandmother, how's that going along? Are you going to your grandmother's house? Are you seeing your mom and your dad now and then? You know, when you go there, what's the
yes, there was
in those years where you now living with your foster parents?
There was weekends when I went to my granny, but there was some weekends I went to Plumstead, but I didn't sleep at my granny's house. I slept like by people I knew, growing up in the flats there. And I did see my dad now and again because he was mostly in Delft.
Okay.
With my mom. And yeah, they did see me, but not like all the time. It wasn't an every weekend situation, you see, because I will get numbers from my cousins to phone them to find out if my dad is going to be in Plumstead. Is he coming through to his mom? So if he's there, I will come to Plumstead, but not sleep at her house. Sleep maybe at the friend's house for that weekend.
Right.
Like that.
Okay. So now, following year, January, ready for school?
Excited. Taxi was paid for, everything, shoes, books, everything. And then she came home the Sunday from Stellenbosch. Sister. Yeah, starting the Sunday, sister comes back. Dad wasn't there the Sunday evening. I don't know where was Dad. I actually found out something about Dad. Dad actually cheated with a woman in Capricorn. So I was the only person who knew about it.
How did you know about it?
Because we went somewhere to go buy stuff. I think it was we were supposed to go shopping in Blue Route Mall. And then he took a drive to Capricorn. And then I sat in the bakkie, he got out, he went in. Now, as I'm looking like this, you can see like straight into the house. And I can see him kissing this lady, like hugging, and he's kissing this lady. And I'm like, is my eyes really seeing what I'm seeing? Or is this maybe a family member? Or what's happening? But his whole body language, when he came back, I couldn't see, no, this isn't family member at all.
How was his body language?
He was a little nervous because then she came out.
Oh.
The woman came out like after him, and she didn't see me sitting in the bakkie.
Okay.
He had still a white bakkie that time. And I was like,
Because obviously he didn't tell her that there's someone in the
Daughter is
car,
here
daughter's
in
in the car.
yeah. And then I was like, who's this lady? And then she saw me, and she's like, and he's looking at her, and they all getting weird. And I'm like, okay, it's fine. I'm sitting just still, don't ask questions. But I also have to ask questions because I didn't picture your guy like that. You were like a family all the time here with your kids and your wife and your...
But how old are you now at this age? At that when you're seeing this?
15, 16.
So you're a teenager, so you're old enough to be able to know what's happening. Yes.
Yes. And I'm thinking, I wasn't 16. I wasn't 16 yet. I was about 14, 15.
Okay. But you're still old enough to know what's happening. Yeah.
Yes.
To add one and one together.
And he got into the car with all smiles on his face. He's like smiling, but nervous smiles. Like, he's like, please don't tell anybody. Please keep the store between us. I don't want things to find out, and I don't want things to find out. So I'm like, find out what? But in my mind, I'm already knowing what's happening,
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't go into detail with me about that.
Mm.
And I just kept quiet from that day. I kept quiet. Now I'm not sure if it was that part of the whole thing where they just rejected me that Sunday night, told me I must pack up my things and go.
Okay, but hang on, what happened on that Sunday? You're still telling me that you're still fixing your books and stuff like that. Yes.
Getting stationery together, all excited and all of that. She's in the next room also doing the same thing. Mom comes in. Mom calls me to the room. Mom asks me like, what happened this weekend? What happened on Friday night? So I'm like, what happened on Friday night? You weren't here Friday night. You went out clubbing with friends. I was next door by Janine. And when I came home, the gate was locked. So she's telling me, oh, that's a lie. Apparently you slept. You weren't here for the whole weekend. You came only the Sunday morning. So I'm like, that's not true. I'm going to go call Janine and whoever.
But where was that coming from? Like, okay, so what I mean, where do you think, what were they going to? Where were they going with that?
For me, I sensed like they wanted to work me away. They wanted to just give up.
But all of a sudden?
Just all of a sudden. I'm not going to say I'm an angel. I didn't do anything. Yes, I had friends.
No, but that's normal as a teenager. Normal. That's a normal thing as a teenager. There's nothing.
I didn't have boyfriends and all of that.
So on that Sunday, and now there's this back and forth
with me and the mom.
With you and the mom. And the dad is not there.
The dad is not there.
Right.
Dad is not there. Brother is like just shouting from the front room, just leave her. She must go to school tomorrow. Why are you guys doing this? That's the brother's words. And then sister comes up. Sister's like, Mommy, she's lying to us, man. She's lying. She wasn't here. So I went to go call Hannah, and I went to go call the other girl.
Right.
And they stood by the front door. And while they wanted to still explain, but as they explained, they want to come into the house because normally they could have come in. It wasn't like no, stand outside. Your house children, you can come inside. But then the lady just banged the door. Mother banged the door in their faces, telling them they mustn't put their foot there and all of it. And then Janine called her mommy. Mm-hmm. And then her mom also came in, tried to explain to her, but nothing happened. We had a braai in our yard. Mm-hmm. Anthea went home. You didn't leave the key. Nothing. There wasn't like anything that happened. No, but this, and she's going crazy. She can't take it. And she just literally took everything. The stationery, the clothes, everything she packed up. And she put it in a black bag. And she's like, if Dad comes home now, we're putting you in the bakkie and we're taking you to your grandma. And after that, I also found out I didn't know about it because no one told me, not even the social worker told me, that they actually got money for me from the government for that years me living there. They actually got like something every month.
Oh, so they were actually they're registered as as foster
Yes,
parents.
my surname was also changed. I actually found that also afterwards out. When I moved back to my granny, all of that just popped up.
How did that pop up?
Social worker came to come visit me. She showed me. She showed me like documents. I'm Williams, not my surname. So she organized for me to change it back to my real surname. But that wasn't the point. The point is why.
So now, okay, so packing black bags, everything is
Everything,
wrapped
and I'm
up.
crying and I'm going hysterical. I'm like, it's fine, you can let me go, but let me just go to school tomorrow. I can even travel from Plumstead. I don't care. I want to go to school. I don't care where it is. Don't take me out of the school. That's one thing I'm asking you.
So they're also saying they're going to take you out of
Yes,
out of Lavender.
yes. They literally phoning the school, telling the school. They couldn't phone the school the Sunday, but they're telling me they're gonna phone the school to take my name off. And I'm like, please don't do that. You can send me away back to my granny, but don't take my name off here. I want to still go to school.
Because they're trying to find out from you what happened over the weekend.
Yes.
And they're threatening taking you out of
Yes.
school and trying to find out.
Yes. And I'm telling them the truth.
Sure.
I'm crying. I'm going mad.
When you look back, what do you think happened? What was that? What do you think what that questioning was about? When you look back now,
a lot of things went through my mind. I don't know. Maybe she found out that I knew about the husband cheating. As I'm literally crying inside, going hysterical. Janine's mommy and them, they all outside.
It's a commotion now.
It's a commotion. They like shouting from the outside, but you can't do that. Die kan moet school toe gaan.
Mom is sober.
Mom is sober.
No one, it's not like an alcoholic episode.
No. They all sober.
Right.
She partied the Friday and the Saturday. Sunday is like, it's a sober vibe. Up to this day, I can't answer that question. Why? It's like, maybe it can be that. Maybe it is that.
Okay.
Yeah. That was the saddest part of my life. Really, that was like the saddest part. Really, really, really.
Denying you. So they did pull you out of school?
They did. And I had to go back to my granny. They dropped me off there. I can remember they dropped me off.
Who dropped you off?
Dad eventually came home as the commotion was still going on. And Dad was also in a shock, like, don't do this, you can't. And Mom was like sticking to her story. No, she's not living here anymore. She needs to go.
And on the drive to Plumstead now, in the car, who's driving you to the car? Who's driving you to Plumstead?
The dad.
And what is he saying? What's he saying? So it's the dad and the mom in the car driving you to Plumstead, and so they're fighting between the two of them, but you sitting in the back and
crying.
No one is explaining to you what's happening.
Emotional. I was emotional. I was broken. Because I knew now there's not going to be opportunity like that again. Sorry.
That's fine. Matt.
Just
That's okay.
There you go.
Sorry about
No,
this.
it's fine. No, seriously, Anthea.
Just to think back, man, it's sad. It's very sad. Everything just changed after that. I had to stay out the whole year. Moved back to Delft because my mom got the house in Delft. And then I went to a gangster school, like literally a gangster school. It wasn't safe. And I didn't keep up. I dropped out. And I knew if I had to go to that school, I would have been in school, I would have finished my matric, got something out of my name, nothing.
And you knew no one, you had no friends there in that school. All your friends were in Lavender.
Not one, I was literally the nerd. I was the odd one out in that school. But maybe everything happened for a reason.
Which school was that?
Voorbrug High. That school was worse than Lavendale High.
How was it? Can you tell me about it?
There was like gangs on the school. They had this literally a security set up in front of the school. So everybody was searched and all of that. But still the gangsters, because that school is on the M3. You see the M3, it's like
In the R300.
the R300. It's
Yes.
on that
Okay.
main road. On the corner. So that gangsters will literally like jump over from the freeway. So they jump over from the back. 2 teachers were shot in that time when I was there. Came into the classroom in front of all the kids. Kaka. Girls were stabbed. It was just hectic, man. The whole vibe on that school. That's not the excuse, though. I could have stayed on.
No, but Anthea, no. You coming? I think one must put these into context. Constantia Primary. It's in Constantia. Okay, it's in Constantia. One of the most wealthiest suburbs in South Africa.
True.
For your whole life up until there, you grew up in that environment. Now you've been taken out of that environment with no one has briefed you, no one has sat you down and explained anything to you, taken you out of that secure environment, safe environment, to an environment that is like literally upside down.
I've actually feared for my life in that school because it was at the point where I was too scared to look at the boys, like in a sense of greeting them. Because I don't know, maybe that's one of the gang's girlfriends, or because they had like literally gang girls on the school. There's like the puff girls and the I don't know what type of girls. And I had an interaction with one of that girls. I don't know. My thing is just this: why? They could have just left me to go to school, and they took me out. That's the saddest part of my life ever. Because now I dropped out. Didn't do grade 10, didn't do grade 11, didn't go to matric. And in my mind, just one thing: got a boyfriend, got this guy. First boyfriend, we were like 12 years together. My first boyfriend ever.
You met him, did you meet him at the school?
No,
or?
He was in the road by my aunt.
Okay.
That's before my mom got the house. So I met him, and then we were first friends, like friends, like for a year, 2 years, and then we got together. Got my first child at 20. Mom already got the house now.
Okay.
But my dad didn't like him. My dad didn't wanted me to be with him. Like, he did everything in his power for me to stay away from him. But I couldn't see that at the time because I was still
Love.
blinded by this whatsoever.
But do you think your dad thought that he was the reason why you dropped out of school? Or why do you think your dad didn't like him?
I think his energy gave off. There was a type of energy he gave off, and I saw it, but I didn't take note of it because the feelings I had for them like clouded all of it. But I could have seen it, and I didn't listen.
What was that energy?
It was like a bad energy. He had a good job though. He was older than me.
How old was he? Okay, how old was
he? He was like 8 years older than me at the time.
Okay.
He was older than me.
So, and you guys met, how old? You were 16, 17?
I was 17 when I met him.
Okay.
We were just friends.
Right.
First year, friends. And then I was 18, I think. And then we started to be in a serious relationship.
Okay.
And then he had a good job. He was working actually because he was in his 20s most now at that time.
26 probably.
Yes.
26, yeah.
He got a good job, but then he had friends. Not good friends. Not at all, because I was there once or twice with him with his friends. That wasn't a good vibe.
How was the vibe?
Alcohol, drugs. But he wasn't on the drugs at the time. He actually lied to me like for a couple of years and I didn't see it. So he started doing drugs, but without me knowing.
So when you had your child at 19, you weren't aware that he was doing drugs at the time?
Yes.
Right.
But I got like that one telling me, this one telling me. They saw him there, but I didn't believe it.
Okay.
You see, I still didn't believe it. Went on, there was a time he lived by us. With my mom.
With your mom now, right?
Yes, because my mom was like got the house and all of that.
After you had the baby?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. There was a time when my dad kicked him out. My dad did not like him. It's the way he actually treated me also. The way he spoke to me. The way he was just controlling. He got also very abusive towards me. And I think that's what my father also saw.
Physically?
Physically. But that's not, for me, I'm past that. I don't feel anything towards it because I put a stop to it. Yes, it was long. It went on for years. Even the time when I came to come live here. Because now, mom decided we were still living in Delft. Don't get me wrong, we were still living in Delft. But I wasn't mostly at home. I was with him. Whether we rent a room here by those people or we live in a walkie there by that people, I'm with him 24/7. If I had to sleep outside with him, I would have that time. It was like that. Everywhere he goes, I go.
Your eyes were just fixed on him and that's nothing. You didn't see anything else. Like a horse, like this.
Yes. And no, my granny actually passed away. My dad's mom.
In Plumstead.
And then I got a phone call from my cousin from my dad's side telling me that I need to come down to the rent office here in Retreat. They want to see me. And my dad told me, there's one thing you're going to do for me. If it is so that your name is there to get that place, you're not bringing this man, your child's father, you're not bringing him here. Do me that one promise, he tells me. Don't bring him to Plumstead. Take your kid out of Delft. You live here in Plumstead and you build a life. That was my dad's words. Okay, we went to the rent office. That asked me, who's Anthea? I'm like, I'm Anthea. They tell me your granny put the name on your name. And my other brother, Andre, that's like my father's son, not my mother's son.
Right.
That's from a different lady. His name is Andre. So the both of us, our names was there. And then the cousins of my father's side, they couldn't believe it. They were like going on. They were like tripping. They were like tripping about the situation. Why this? And then they told me her name is still gonna come on the rent paper. Late Miss Jacobs. It's not gonna be as you're gonna need to wait like a couple of years for that to change. But the place is yours. All you need to do is just pay that little rent that is stated on the paper. And from that day I did it. But I didn't obey my dad's words, to say it so. The words he gave me, like, don't bring that man to Plumstead. A month after that, in the same year, 2013, my dad passed away. That was October. Gran passed away the 1st of September. Dad passed away the 3rd of October. That just hit me like a kwa. And then I decided to let him come and live here. Not for a reason of I'm alone, I feel alone. It's like wanted to help him, to bring him out of that situation in Delft, because he can go more deeper into something in Delft where I can take him out of that. Here's opportunity for him to live in Plumstead. Actually literally get you a proper job, look after your kid, like build a real family. That was going through my mind. I was planning this in my head.
And now you've got a roof over your
I got
your
the roof
head,
over my
and
head.
it's not costing you a lot of money.
I got the yes. And I was working at the time at Hungry Lion here in Weinberg.
Right.
And then I just decided, and my brother's also living with me, Andre.
Because half of it is
Yes,
in his
but
name.
Andre was on drugs at that time.
Where was he living all along?
He was also living with Granny, but he actually gave Granny a hard time. And then he was living with me, and I just decided, no man, this guy's on drugs, he's taking, I can't take this anymore. I'm gonna try to give my child's father a better life. Take him out of there, let him come and live here, he can find him a job. Then whatever, maybe he will come right. And he came to come live here. My worst mistake ever. Really. Ek moet nie vir hom laat daar kom bly het nie.
Right. You shouldn't have.
I shouldn't have. But at the time, me thinking it's gonna be a better life for him, and because there's more opportunities in that side.
Yes.
In my mind at the time.
And you know the side. The side is calmer than that side.
It's calmer than that side.
Yeah. And I mean, it what you're going through made sense. Here you've got a roof over your head. It's the father of your child. And you want him to get a job so that he can make your lives easier. So that thought process is quite logical that you went through.
Because remember, he didn't have anywhere else to go. Because his stepdad didn't like him at all. And his mom just followed the dad. She didn't take any part of him. Like, she only stood the father. Like, everything the father say goes.
So he comes to Plumstead.
He comes to Plumstead in 2013.
After dad while in the same year dad passed away.
Yes. So it was September, October. So he probably came here, say November, December.
How did that hit you? Your dad passing away not too far from your grandmother passing away.
It's hectic. Until today, I can't believe it. But for me, I block it out. I block it out. But everything just happened so fast. We were still speaking the Thursday over the phone. The Friday afternoon, I tell my dad is gone. And I'm still, I can remember, I was in a retreat with my sister. And they phoned my sister because that time my sister had a house phone, landline.
Right.
And then my sister literally collapsed. And then I knew, no, something is wrong. It was hectic. He was actually the only person that spoke like, he didn't speak like my mom beat around the bush. He will like be open about the situation, like literally tell me something in my face. Don't do that. Like he told me, like, please promise me you're not gonna let this man live here. This is your life for you and your daughter. I will help you wherever I can. Don't let this man come and live here. Or he will tell me like, don't worry, there's gonna be someone else. There is someone else for you out there. But focus on you. He will always be like positive, man.
Motivating you.
Motivating me, whether he's having a drink or whatever, but he was always the one that was motivating. And I love you. He will always like be like that. I love you. I love my children. He was always that person. And for that to just be taken away, just hectic. And he and my mom was actually like very long together, 26, I think it was 30 years together, 26 years. They were long together. And he was a good man. Good man. Yeah, so he lived there, and I thought in my mind, no, the abusive behaviors and that's all gonna stop, because now we're at the still point, like we're at the point where it's quiet, no one around us. But that didn't actually happen. It actually got worse. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't dress myself. I couldn't go to the shop. Nothing. I couldn't do my hair. I got a nice job at Stodel's nursery. That was in 2016, I think. Yeah. Worked at Stodel's like for 5 years. I couldn't go to staff parties. Nothing. He brought friends in the house. If I'm at work, he brought people in the house to smoke.
To smoke what? Weed or?
No, drugs, took. And I was still like in denial about it. Like people tell me, then I was like, no man, it can't be.
And in the house, wouldn't you be able to see evidence of?
Yes, afterwards.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I got like the packets between his jeans and all of that. If I confront him about it, it's like he goes off on me. He really goes off. There was times when we were fighting. Baby was like, she was about like 2 years old, 2 or 3 years old. We will literally fight. And he will throw like a tantrum and all of that. He was abusive, to say it so. From Delft, abusive, to Plumstead, abusive. If I wash myself, like if I go and bath me regularly, it wasn't like, why are you bathing you? You don't sleep with anybody, you only sleep with me. Why will you bath you? Why can't I bath me? I'm working, I'm sweating, I have to bath. Yes, it was like that. There was times when I found like different women's underwear in my cupboard. If I confront him about it, then we're fighting. It's always ending up fighting.
Wait, what would the fights be about? You find underwear. Dude, this is not my underwear. And then how does it go from there?
How can you tell? How can you tell? How can you ask me? It's your family coming here. It's your sister. And he will always put it almost like it's in my boat, but he's doing it. It's almost like reverse psychology. It's his thing, but then he will put it over
Right.
on
So
me.
just switch it on you and make you feel it, and you start doubting yourself.
Yes.
And you start thinking, but maybe it might have been my sister, and then you start.
Yes, but it wasn't like that. He was actually a compulsive liar to say it. So he will lie, then I will really believe him, like literally believe this guy. And then this one time, my sister came there, and then he provoked my sister, like he said the words and that, and then they were fighting, and I don't know where I got this energy from, and I stabbed him, literally with a knife, in his neck, because he hit her with something overhead from behind. She was standing in the kitchen, and then he hit her like with something, and I came from behind and I stabbed him, and I thought he's dead. He was lying there in blood. Just I grabbed baby and I ran out. I ran to a neighbor, told the neighbor, phone the ambulance, phone police, because I think he's dead there upstairs. You need to phone whatever. I don't care if I must go to jail now. I don't care. This man is dead. He's gone out of my life now. And then...
Was that a relief to you at that moment in time?
Yes, it was. Because he was abusive. When it comes to sex also, abusive. I can remember there was times where I had to wear this. You see the cyclings? You see that, like the onesie cycling?
Oh, the cycling shorts, yes, with the bib. The bib, yeah. The all-in-one.
All-in-one.
Yes.
I would literally go sleep with that. With clothes. Normal clothes. With the tracksuit pants, jeans. I will literally go sleep. Or I'll sleep with my whole cap. My work clothes. My Stodels work clothes. I will go sleep with that underneath. Because how can you still have energy to sex with this person, but this person is every day on your case? You can't do anything. All he's thinking about is arguing, fighting. If I ask the right questions, whether it's a dumb question or not, it always end up to a fight. And I'm always the wrong person. But he don't see his wrongs.
And when you're going to work and you have to show up at work, how are you when you look yourself in the mirror at work in the bathroom and you just look at yourself and just like after a night of fighting, as an example, and I mean, are you able to focus at? I'm assuming you can't focus at work. You can't. How's it going? And no one knows at work what's happening in your life, or is there someone that you can?
I had very good friends also at work.
Oh, okay.
Very good friends. They were Africans mostly. Very nice people.
That you could confide in.
Yes, and without even stalking, they could have seen Anthea's energy is off, because I was a consultant.
Okay.
I worked with indoor plants. I had worked with customers. You have to smile. You have to sell this product.
Right.
So it's a small branch. So the workers there, they know each other's energies already. And then when it's break time, then my friends, I was always with the African vibe. Then I will tell me, hi, bo, see, you not right today. You look different. What's happening? Like that, you see, and then I couldn't keep away from them. I had to open up.
Right.
And there was a time where I was scared of my life, because he came to my workplace. He will stand there in front of the workplace from 3 o'clock, because I worked until 6, 8 till 6.
Okay.
So he will literally stand with Zoe.
Your daughter?
Yes. Okay, Zita was born also at the time. Zita was born in 2015.
Okay.
So Zita was a baby. Zoe will be in creche. So then he will bring Zita to work. And then he will literally stand there at the gate, waiting for me. watching me. Who am I walking with when I come out? And then I will just walk normal with a group who's going to Weinberg. I'm walking with them. The first few weeks walking, coming out, then I will see him standing, then I won't tell them, like,
Was that
because I
him?
was embarrassed, man. It's not a nice feeling. Look here, your children's father standing here with your child, watching you, like, it was a very uncomfortable feeling.
But the daughters, when they see you, don't they get excited and they call and they mommy,
But
mommy?
he got
and
so clever because Stoudels was next to a river. It's here in Toedrift.
Right, yes.
So he will stand on that field. He will go into the field.
Okay.
So he will stand there by the trees.
Right.
Like a distance away. He got clever, you see. So he will like stand in the distance and watch me. So there was once where one of the African guys, his name is Sia Bonga. He walked with me because he knew us the story already. I told him about my boyfriend at home and all of that.
He just wasn't aware that he comes to the office,
yes.
he comes to
I
work.
didn't tell him that because I was
Right.
too embarrassed to do that. I couldn't. And then I didn't want to walk. I told the first girl, I told him, Mama, it's fine, you can go. Walk so long on, I'm gonna wait here. Hey, and you don't get a taxi here. You live just here around the corner. Why do you have to stand and wait here? And then all of them waiting for me to walk with. And I'm like, that's fine. Walk on. I'm all right. No. She's lying. We all standing and waiting for you. I don't care. We're going to wait until 7 o'clock. But you're walking with us. And as the first group, they're walking and Siabonga is still waiting with me. He's like, you're walking with me. What's wrong? And I can see something is. I'm like, it's fine, man. I'm all right. I'm just denying the whole situation. Now the group in front, they're walking, and me and Sia's like just a distance away from them.
Right.
We're walking at the back. As we're walking, I take the shortcut because I knew he's already standing on that side of the field.
Okay.
So he's gonna come. And as I'm walking, I can hear Zita shouting, "Mommy, mommy!" And I stood still. And then he's putting Zita on the floor, and he started smacking me, like literally, like grabbing me and smacking, and I fell down. He was kicking because now they already went that side. They went down main road down.
Right.
I'm coming down the.
So you by yourself in the street and
Yes.
then right.
And I'm like, what's happening? What did I do now? I'm walking alone with a guy. Who's that guy? Because he saw me and Sia walking like alone together. So in his mind, he was thinking other stuff. Very jealous. Very. I couldn't have any contact with nobody.
Not even female friends.
Not even female friends. Nothing. My sister, there was a time my sister didn't even want to come there anymore.
Was if when looking back again now, that behavior that he was the way he was behaving when he moved with you in Plumstead, sure it upscaled, but was it a similar behavior in terms of jealousness but in small doses?
Yes.
When you guys stayed in
Yes.
Delft?
It's similar. It was just.
What did he used to do back then that he was now doing it on a larger scale? When you think back, in terms of the jealousness, how it started in a small way.
Like we were invited to parties, because I worked at a factory, so I was always invited to parties. I had like connections and all of that. And then if I'm dancing, because I love music. I used to love music, to say it so, and I used to like to dance. That was me. You can't get me off the dance floor. I don't care who's here around me, I will dance. And then that was also taken away because he didn't like that. All the attention was too much on me.
So
that is
you
where
must
it
now
started.
sit. Now you must sit with him and.
Yes, that is where it started. Because there I could have seen already. Now he's jealous. But and then me talking too long, maybe to family members. That also.
What would happen when that happens?
You will like interrogate me. What did you talk about? Did you talk about me? Stuff like that. That was in Delft. But it actually was on a large scale, like you said, when we moved here, because now I was like isolated. No one came to me. He locked me in. There was times when he locked me out also on my own place. He would lock me out. Then I had to go knock my neighbors. Well, phone the police. There was a time when I got to the courage and the strength to get the police involved.
And they'd come and...
Just a warning. I will just give him a warning. Because I didn't want him to put him away, like to put him in jail, because I was thinking of the kids. That was always on my mind, thinking of the kids. But then he started to steal my money, my wages I kept, because there was no one else. I couldn't trust my brother because he was on drugs. Like literally, he's on drugs. He showed it. There's no doubt about it. With him, I will tell him, okay, I'll give him your card. I'll write like a list of stuff what we need in the house, like shopping and whatsoever. That's my debt I need to pay. Then it's the rent I need to pay.
So you have a budget?
Yes.
Right.
I didn't get a lot of money, but I could have come out with it the whole month. Maybe the last week of the month it would have been the figure, but it's fine. Then I make an example. I'll maybe get like a 4,000 I get paid 4,000, example. 1,000 rand for groceries. The other 1,000 rand is now my debt made for the month. Then it's now Kimbi's of the 500. Then I have like a 1,500 left. That is like just to keep it there for days if we don't have or whatsoever. And then he will just go and pull just over 2,000 rand, literally out of the bank. Then if I go, then there's nothing. Then it's just 1,000 rand in the bank. And I will literally go into the bank and go check on the statements.
Right.
Like, didn't those people pay me right? But they did pay all my money. Then I can see on the statement, money was pulled. If I ask him about it, he denies it. But you're the only person that have my PIN. Because I trusted him so much to give my PIN. That was the first month. Then I changed my PIN. The relationship between us got like a little better. Small little. Got better at the time. Then I gave my PIN number again to him. And this time, he literally pulled everything out.
And where was the money when you ask him, okay, you withdrawing money for what?
I asked him, I will go on, I will literally trip, I will throw stuff around, go mad, because now we have nothing. There's nothing. I can't go and lend because I owe these people.
Yeah, already you've created debt there, so now you want to...
He wouldn't tell me, but I found out, gamble. You'll go to the main road and gamble. You will gamble that money, like, out. He did it thrice. He took my card and he pulled money, but by the fourth time, I didn't allow it. I literally changed everything. I kept my bank card by other people. I didn't even keep my bag at home. I kept it in my locker at work.
It was more safe. It was safer there.
And then this one payday, that was the last of everything. That was in 2018, starting 2019. Bought me a cell phone for the first time. Must I have a cell phone? Because he didn't want me to have even a cell phone. Bought me a cell phone, like I'm telling myself, I need a cell phone because managers contact me, customers phone me. I need it just for that. And months before that, in 2018, I took him to a counselor to get help. Dieperivier police station, behind in Dieperivier police station. I said to him, I told him, you need help. Because I can't, either you're going to go to jail or I'm going to kill you or you're going to kill me, but you're going to need help. Okay, he grabbed the help. We went to the counselor. counselor spoke to him every Monday. And then the counselor told him that you need a cell phone because they want to track every day. They want to know what's happening at home with the kids and with him, what he's doing, what am I doing. Then I bought a cell phone.
Before you there, did that improve at home after when he was going to the counseling? Did things improve?
A little, a small little, just over a month or two, it improved a little. He wasn't for that month, he wasn't on drugs. Because he was now on a waiting list to go to a rehab. Because I organized that with the counselors and that.
Now you're aware he's doing drugs, so you've convinced yourself that okay, now he's doing drugs. Okay.
Yes.
And so he even agreed to go on rehab.
Yes.
Okay.
He agreed. And then I bought a cell phone, came home. I think I went to my sister also that day. And then came back. That was like around about 4 or 5 o'clock. In the room. He had a cell phone, by the way. Forgot, he had a cell phone. Because the counselor was WhatsApping him, talking to him, because he needed that.
So the counselor needed you to have the cell phone so that they can communicate with you, and you then are saying how's the home conditions, etc., etc.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
But he didn't want me to have it. He was in charge of the cell phone. And then I must have bought me a cell phone because I also needed for job and all of it. And then he started again, like just so out of the blue, that on that day, he was like, I stood with my back to the door and he was like, he can't understand why is this counselor just asking about me and not about him. It's both male counselors. One male was speaking to me, one male was speaking to him. As I'm packing my bags out, because I just came from my sister, bought a few things, I'm tired, I'm sitting on the bed, taking out the box, was now the cell phone, because I'm excited, I got the cell phone and everything. But while he's talking, he's like standing in the doorway, he's telling me like, why? This guy is always just asking about you. The counselor, I'm like, I don't know why. No, but something isn't right. And why you all of a sudden buying you a cell phone?
But every session that you go to the counselor, do you guys go together or does he go by himself?
He goes by himself.
Right.
To that one, and then I go by myself to the other one.
Oh, but both you guys are going to the counselors in the same town?
In the same block.
Right.
In the same block. And then he will question me like, why are you buying your cell phone? You don't need 2 cell phones. Now I'm explaining to him like, I get customers, I can get private jobs. I can get customers where I can go do their plans for them like alone without the company.
And make extra money on your side, on the side.
That's what I'm trying to explain to him, but he's not believing that. And I can see in his face, here it goes again. And as I'm standing up and I told him, I don't have time for this anymore. I can't anymore. I'm tired. I'm telling him this. He's like, what do you want to do? And he's throwing things like, as he's speaking, he's literally throwing things at me. But Zita sleeping on the other seat and Zoe on the other bed. And I'm standing with my back to him. And he hit me with something. I can't remember what it was, but it was heavy. Because I literally felt like dizzy and I collapsed on the bed. And I was like a little unconscious and I got up and I was like, what just happened? Like I was confused. And my money, because everything was out of the bag. As I'm standing, everything is out of the bag. My money is gone, my bank card is gone. As I'm looking, the kids is fine, they're still sleeping. As door is wide open in front. And he just literally grabbed everything, new cell phone, money, everything, and he ran out of the house. And I went to go knock by the neighbor. And the neighbor phoned the police. And everybody came, like the whole community was there. Because there was like a few people that knew that the abusive behaviors is going on in the house. But I didn't go to them for help. They could have heard what's happening in the house.
The shouting, the screaming.
Shouting, and they could have heard that. And then the next day, I phoned my manager. I told him I'm coming in. I'm going to court and all of that. I went to court. I got the interdict. And I've got a warrant of arrest the next day. He was like away for a whole 2 weeks. They couldn't find him. No way. He was like literally gone. And I just told him his mom lives in Delft. He must be somewhere in Delft. If he's not here, where else he's gonna go to? He wasn't even in Delft. They were looking for him there. They couldn't find him. And all the time he was in a house where he used to sit in Plumstead, a drug house, just so opposite the flat, at the back of the flats.
Mm-hmm.
They found him there at that house and they locked him up. That was in 2000 and, you can say start of 2019 or end of 2018. There around about that time. And that was the last when he was in my life. Really, I totally cut off. Because I was fed up. Fed up.
You don't even know whether he's in jail or
No,
did he
I
go to
know.
jail? Or
Yes, he went to jail because of the warrant of arrest.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the interdict
Mm-hmm.
against him. So he went to jail, say, for 3 months. He came out. I spoke to his mom. I let his mom came from Delft. I told the mom, it's not my responsibility anymore. I can't take this on your son because kids is getting big. I can't let this man do this to me every time, over and over. And it is affecting my work also. Mom wasn't actually really worried because she didn't care about him. You could have seen she didn't worry about him. I just told her before the time, whatever happened to Marlon from nowwards, because he's not in the house there with me anymore. Whatever happens to him outside, that is now your problem. Because I've been trying to help him for 8 years. I was there trying to help him. I went through all that to help him. And all of that stuff played off in front of my kids. And to see that in your kids, like that fear, man, that it's not a liquor feeling.
What do you see in them?
Like, if we like go on in the household, like if we scale and we fight, that fear on their faces, like it's, I can't put, it's not right. Not at all. And that just hit me like, no.
Mm-hmm.
I can't let my kids go through this. I can't let them see this, like when they grow up, they're gonna remember this. No, because I didn't grow up like that. Yes, I had family members that was violent, but it wasn't, my dad didn't abuse my mom. They weren't abusive. Never. And I just put it to an end. I couldn't. So he went to jail for 3 months. Came out in 2019. I think the coronavirus started that time.
Mm-hmm.
Just started. He was still there. Came out. And he lived outside. He was living by people outside.
In the street?
In the street, yes.
But in Plumstead?
In Plumstead, in the areas.
So he didn't go back to Delft?
He didn't go back to Delft. Because now he's scared of Delft. Because it's gonna twice worse now in Delft. For that 8 years.
Oh, that he's been away.
Yes. So, there was a time we begged him, please, like, he told me, I'm gonna change, you can take me back. And I didn't fall for that shit. I did not fall for that.
There was not even a temptation from your side to say, maybe.
It's almost like I was standing here on the edge. I was standing on the edge the time when they like caught him, when they were looking for him for that 2 weeks. For me, it's almost like I was standing on the edge of the roof and just letting go. And just falling down like, this is the last. All that love and all that caring and all that sympathy and all of that just went away. I just flew out the window.
So that was the moment for you,
yes,
where you...
I couldn't. For me, it's almost like I broke free out of a cage. He came out. He tried to manipulate me again, being, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I didn't fall for it. And then there was on a time when he slept like literally on the stairs, in front on the stairs, going on like he was sleeping like as I come out in the mornings, he will be there. And I didn't like that because now my kids is seeing you sleeping there. Why is daddy outside? Daddy was always here in the house. So you making me actually look bad and trying to tell the people like it was my fault. I was the one. But no one knew what he did. And then I made a way for him to get off the stairs. And he went to friends there in the area, slept there.
How did you make a way for him to get up the stairs?
I phoned law enforcement because you're not allowed to sleep on the stairs. It's a city flat. I phoned law enforcement. They came and gave him a warning. We're going to be here tomorrow or whenever. We're going to lock you up. But I didn't like explain to them the situation. I just phoned to say, there's a person sleeping on my stairs. They're actually dragging you on the stairs. I can't take it. And they removed him. And then months after that, he came knocking on the door. He's like, I got the job of the city. EPWP.
Right.
He got the contract, a year contract. And I was happy nogals for him. For that moment, I was glad for him. And I'm praying to God. I'm like, please let this man keep this job. Because now I'm not working anymore. He's got the job so he can help.
You've got 2 kids,
exactly. He's help. I'm thinking, okay, what must I do now? My sister come to me. My sister's like, Anthea, rather give him a placement. See that he's working. We're not going to be together. Just give him a sleeping place where he can stand up in the morning, go to work. When he get paid, he need to give you like maintenance for the kids. That is how it works. Or you go to court or whatever. But I never got so far to go to court for maintenance. Because that's a long process. Because if he's not working, then I need to mention the granny, his mom. And then now they're going to put her reliable to pay his debt. And it's not fair.
Right.
It's not fair towards her. And then I let him sleep there by me. I let him in. But this time he wasn't, because he knew now that warrant of the arrest and that interdict made a huge difference.
So if he has one more strike, he's going
straight. He knew that. So he didn't still mess with me. Because I put it in his mind, look here, that shit that I was keeping up with you, I'm not that person anymore. I'm different now. I told him. And he could have seen it. And then he lived there. He was apparently a supervisor for the whole group they had. They were like sweeping the streets. But he was like the supervisor. He got like 100 rand extra pay. Working for 3 months. Into the 4th month. For that 3 months. Because I told him the first month, it's fine. Buy you a pair of shoes. Buy you some underwear. Sort yourself out. For the first month. 2nd month, kids. Now you can sort the kids out. Especially with traveling. Because at that time, I was struggling with traveling. Because now
for them to go to creche and...
No, to school. Because now Zita, Zoe's already in grade 1, 2.
Oh, yeah, right. Right.
So now they was at Constantia Primary.
Okay.
But it was a distance for them to walk.
It's quite far for I mean, they're not even, youngsters, yeah.
And then that was a struggle for me because I wasn't working at the time. And COVID hit. And that was more difficult. And I'm thinking, okay, he's going to be the benefit now for the traveling. Where the traveling is concerned for the kids, whatsoever. 3 months, 4 months into the job, I'm getting knocks on the door. They're looking for him.
Who's they?
His work colleagues.
Okay.
They're literally looking for him, but he's gone already. Early in the morning, he stands up, he leaves. They're looking for him. I'm like, okay, but he just left this morning. He said he's going to work, whatsoever. every day they came like looking for him. So I'm like, that's weird. You here in the morning, you come in the afternoon when you're out of work, you come, morning you stand up, you go to work, because he's got his work clothes, everything. So he's leaving, and I'm thinking, man, you're going to work. And then he didn't go to work. Then I found out he wasn't actually going to work. I don't know what he was doing. Going to his friends that was on drugs or going to a drug house, I don't care. I don't know. And then one morning, the manager of the whole EPWP came actually to the door, and he explained to me, but Marlon is a good worker. Where is he? We're looking for him. He didn't come work here now for 2 weeks. And I'm thinking, but how's that possible? Because this guy is standing up in the morning, he's going to work. I see him in the afternoon, he's coming out like he's tired, putting bag down.
And wearing his uniform, everything is overalls and all that.
Yes. And he didn't go work for 2 weeks, and they're looking for him.
And then do you ask him when he comes back, and you ask him, listen, your colleagues are looking for what's happening?
And then he will say, no, I got them along the way and everything is sorted. But when the manager came to come look for him, and then I knew, no, something is definitely wrong. This guy probably just gave up his job now. And he did. He literally just gave it up just so. Not even working for 5 months, and it was actually a year contract, but they will keep you for 2 years just to see how you're working. So for me, if the managers come looking for you at the door, that means you're a good worker. Because what manager is gonna come in?
They're taking the time out of their own time, to come, because lots of people are unemployed, who are looking for work. What's so special about you that your manager comes to,
So he gave up. He just gave up. And I told him to leave. I gave him like 2 days to pack up his things and leave. I was hard. I was getting very hard towards him. Still up to this day, I'm very hard towards him. It's not that I hate him, but you always, for all the years, you made me feel like I was stupid. But you acting like stupid. And then now, last year, was it last year or the year before? I think it was the year before. People in the area, like Clint, because Clint also knew him, came to me, is like, this guy picked up a card with like money on it. I'm like, well, how do you mean? Like, didn't he come to you and tell you, don't the kids need anything or whatsoever? So I'm like, no, he didn't. So apparently he picked up a card.
Like he found a
yes,
card.
They were mincing. He was starting to do that also now. He's in the bins, scratching in the bins.
Right.
So him and another friend, they went to Pick and Pay to go check the cards out. And one of the cards worked.
Oh, so they found cards in bins when they're scratching through the bins. Right.
And one of the cards worked. And apparently there was like a couple of thousands on the card.
Jesus.
And he came there that morning. My sister was also there, I can remember. He asked me, oh, what's the sizes of the kids? I didn't know at the time about the card. When he came to the door and asked me about the shoe sizes of the kids, I didn't know about the card yet. And he asked me the shoe, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to give the size. Maybe you're working. Not going to ask anything. I'm not going to question you on this. Just give the sizes. Now I'm giving the sizes. He comes back like in a few hours with each one a pair of tekkies, a bag of chicken, 5 kg chicken, a box of Kellogg's, and that was Omo, the big pack, 2 kg Omo, and each one 100 rand. He put it like literally in their hands, like that's for you and that's for you. So I'm like, no, don't do that. Don't give the children the 100 rands. Tell me this is for the week. Or put that towards traveling, or put it towards electric or whatever, but don't give the kids 100 rands.
What do they know about money?
Exactly. Exactly. And then I took the 200 rand. And then 2 days after that, got a knock on the door. They're like, Anthea, you know what happened? This guy picked up a cord literally in the bins where it was mincing, and they like had like a couple of thousands on it, and they were spending it on whatever, shopping and wine and clothes, and he was entertaining everybody. He literally gave a guy 2,000 rand or so to keep. And what actually made me sad about, not about the money, but I don't know if you call it stealing or whatever, but he picked it up. So if I had to pick up a cord, if I had to pick up a cord, one thing I will do, I'll sort out the house. I will see that the fridge is full. I will see that the rent is paid, that my kids is sorted, and then just throw that cord away again. That's all. He didn't do that. He came with techies and that small little, where you could have said, look here, Anthea, this and that. I got this, but I want to put that away for the kids. Let's sort out the kids. Like a real man, like a man, a father is supposed to do. And he didn't do that.
Why do you think he didn't do that? And rather buy the shoes and the chicken and giving the 100 rand. Why do you think that was?
I think it got to his brain. The money actually just got to his mind. He couldn't handle it because he wasn't working. 100 rand for him was now like a lot of money. What about those still a couple of thousand of rands? His mind was just all over the place. That's why he did that. He didn't think properly. But that's not the excuse. Because you're supposed to know your responsibility. You can't forget about that. Not at all. Whether you're on drugs or on whatever. For me, how can you forget about that?
Now I'm thinking in my head, like I'm trying to think in terms of where he comes from. Because the whole saying, the abused becomes the abuser.
He was abused by his stepdad, I know that. Because that is what we spoke about in the counseling. The counsel actually discovered that whole part.
And so one of the things about trauma, because obviously out of the abuse comes trauma.
Yes.
And especially at a young age, when you're traumatized at a very, very young age, your brain doesn't grow properly.
It don't.
So those parts of the brain that are supposed to be making those type of decisions are switched off. They're not working because of all that happened, right? And hence people have got sometimes issues in dealing with specific things that you think that an adult at your age, you should be able to rationally think things through and be able to say, but hang on, maybe yes, what you're saying, instead of spending this money on my friends and alcohol and trying to be the man, spending on them, buying the alcohol, buying the shoes, because I can guarantee now in his head, he's thinking that, let me buy shoes and buy things that people can see, so that, okay, then people can see, oh, my kids are walking with new shoes. At least I spent something on them. They're not going to know the backstory that, he didn't pay for the school fees, he didn't buy Kimbies, he didn't do this and that and that. But what people see is that, oh, his kids are wearing shoes, so he must have then, at least with his money, that money, he must have spent something, but the effects of trauma or rather the effects of abuse and how abuse traumatizes a person, and then that it becomes in a cycle. I'm not for one. I mean, the things that he put you through. I'm not for one speaking for him. I am just trying to understand
why. Now I get you. I get you.
Because I think in understanding the why.
opportunity to come out of it. because I've been looking for help. I searched for help because I knew this is not coming from him. This is stuff that happened in his childhood.
But you don't love yourself, Anthea. You think you love yourself. You don't love yourself. You don't think that you deserve
Help.
that you don't think that you deserve people to help you, but also you don't think that you deserve the attention that people are giving you. To say that actually I believe in you, I'm that manager to come in and look for you, and I believe in you, I want to give you a second chance.
Yes.
You don't believe that. Hence, as you say, he gets into a job, he does things, and then he just literally, for lack of a better word, he fucks out.
Yes. Just like it.
And so that's why I'm trying to that's what I'm trying to understand. Yeah, it's yeah, and I think also what that sometimes does, it assists me in trying to find ways then in my life to break that, so that I don't repeat that onto my son or onto my kids. So in trying to understand that abuse, because there's going to be a time where your daughters are going to ask about him, and they're going to ask,
They're already asking about him. The oldest one, she saw everything. The youngest one was still small to remember, because she was his apple. He loved the small one, but the oldest one, she saw that. That shouting and that fighting, she experienced a little of it. That's why she don't, when you talk about him, or little one is asking, then she will like just pull her face like, don't talk about that. Like yesterday it was Father's Day, Sunday it was Father's Day, and then little one said, I miss Dad. It's Father's Day, I miss him. And then the eldest one is like, do he miss us? Is he thinking of us? And I just kept quiet. I don't know what to say, actually. I don't know, was it the wrong thing of me or bad thing of me not to say anything? But I just stood there like, yeah. But I know where he is today. He's in jail.
Whoa, hang on. That just went too quickly.
Sorry?
That just went too quickly for me. Well, okay, so now it's they've got they got the card from the thing, and they're spending now the money from the card.
And he's spending it literally under my eyes, like just in the block.
Right. And then people are coming to you and say, Anthea, did you
see this? He's like shopping with trolleys and trolleys of, I can see it literally through my window.
Also, you seeing trolleys coming in from wow.
Yes.
So it's going on, it's not just like a once-off event, it's going on for days.
Yes. And then eventually, apparently, this is what I heard, I didn't see it. But there was like a gangster type of guy, and then he came and then he just took the card from him. He didn't have any say over the card anymore. And then he disappeared out of the flats. I didn't see him like for a year, to say it so. I just heard he's there and he's there, but I didn't really see him. And then now in last year, actually, a white guy came to me. Like a white guy, he stopped in front of the flat. He came to come knock there. He's like, are you Anthea? I'm like, yes. Do you know Marlon? I'm like, yes, he's the father of my kids. And he's like, I'm trying to help Marlon, actually. He's living by me in the garage. He's like, he fixes motorbikes and he fixes cars and all of that. So he's actually asking Marlon just to help him, like, clean up the garage, and they'll give him a plate of food, he can shower, all of that. So I was a little glad that he's getting help. At that moment, I'm thinking, okay, there's another opportunity. Let's see what's going to happen next.
How did they meet? Your Marlon and this guy. How did they actually meet?
He was mincing like on a certain day in the road.
Okay.
In front by his road. So he started to talk to him and trying to get to know him. And that is where they built a relationship.
Okay.
And then he probably asked the guy for work or whatsoever.
Right.
Invited him in, told him, look here, I've got this opportunity. You can just clean up. I'll give you maybe 100 rand a day or pack you some food in. And he told the guy that he's got kids. He told the guy about me and all of that. And there was times when he came there, he brought the kids like chips and cake and whatever he got from that people, he brought to the kids because he was on the stays most of the time. He wanted to come see the kids, and I didn't deny him not to see the kids. There was always times where he can freely come and see them and get them. And then, say 3 months after that, they invited me to the place, this lady. And the lady told me, stuff is actually getting missing. Like, our son's equipment is getting missing. And he's the only person that is there. No other people is in there, so. And they don't want him there anymore. They just don't want him anymore. And they've also found out by other guys that also come in the area that's mincing that know him. And they told this guy that he's actually on drugs and all of that. So that is where the opportunity for him actually collapsed. En ik weet nou nie hoe sê jy nou vir onderdanig in Engelsie.
Onderdanig. Onderdanig.
Being, how can you say?
Is the word honor?
Onderdanig.
Onderdanig. I've never heard of it. Matt? Onderdanig. Nuh-uh.
For me, I can explain the English. For me, it's when you live at other people's houses, when you at other people's places, you need to be like, you're supposed to know your stand up.
Oh,
you need to know
so
goes there.
You must respect the space that you're in because, yes, right.
Respect the space where you're in. Follow the rules, not doing your own thing. So he didn't have that in him. Because what they explained to me is the same thing he did when he was living by me at the time, you see. So leaving his stuff just there, stuff is getting missing, he don't care. He will shower and then just all the stuff is laying around, stuff like that. So hy was nie onderdanig nie.
Right.
To say it so. And then that was like last year. So around about last year. He was again out on the streets, walking around, sleeping here, sleeping there. And then I didn't see him like for a few months because normally he will come up and ask for the kids or whatsoever. And my daughter is like 8 years old. She was like on her mind, daddy is coming. So she will run out and go actually look for him because they will literally sleep on the field just so down the road.
So she knows her dad is sleeping on the field there.
Yes, she knew. And everybody knew him because they know like this is him and they were together, this is his children. I didn't actually care what the people think because now he's not in my life anymore. And that I didn't keep the kids also away from him. And then all of a sudden he just disappeared. Off the radar. Couldn't find him, didn't see him. And then I heard someone came to me and tell me that he was locked up. He broke into a house in Glenken. Him and another guy or 2 guys, they broke into this house. They got like a whole lot of things. But then he decided to run back to the house. And that is where they caught him. But they had a case before that. I don't know for what it was. I wasn't any more interested in whatever. And then he was locked up again. And then they let him come out now in the beginning of the year. January he was still outside. And then he got locked up again. So it was a case of the breaking in.
In Glenken?
Yes, so he was supposed to appear on court and he didn't appear. And so that's why they locked him up.
Right.
Pending the other case was also he have on his name. So he's at this moment, he's in jail.
And what about your daughters? Don't they ask about him, where he is?
I actually tried to keep it away from them. But my oldest one, she's very clever. She's clever than me. She knows where's the dad, but she won't like ask me questions or. But the small one, she's very emotional about it.
Is she?
Yes, she was actually yeah. The time when he moved, when I got like the interdict and the warrant of arrest, there was nights where she couldn't sleep. It was like traumatizing for her because dad wasn't there. That
So
was
she
also
was she
hard.
used to sleeping with him,
Yes,
right?
yes. And then few months back, that was in March, I think. Yeah, in March, his mom came, and I told the mom, where is he? And I got someone told me the date that he's gonna be appearing on court, 28th of April. And I told myself, I'm not going to court.
In Weinberg, no,
In Weinberg.
in Weinberg,
In
okay.
Weinberg.
But her coming there, what do you think she was asking? What do you
She
actually
wasn't.
think was she asking?
My daughter was there for a weekend by her.
Okay.
My daughter's actually living by her at this moment of time.
Your eldest.
The eldest, she's actually in school that side.
Okay.
So she comes every second weekend. She comes to me, and holidays she comes to me.
How do you feel about that?
It's sad, but it's actually a good thing also because I'm not struggling with traveling. The school is just around the corner there by her. They got a car, so they can take her to school.
It's not the same gangster school that you went
No,
to?
no, not at all.
Okay.
No, it's a very nice school. She's doing good actually, and she's secured. You see, she's got a plate of food every day. She can take lunch to school. We at this moment of time, I can't. So,
How is it at home for you right now?
it's sad, difficult. It's every day worrying. What's the kids? What they're gonna eat? Where's the plan coming from? What must I do? So I don't have any help, income. I don't have a job at this moment. I know there is something for me in the new year. There's something permanent for me in the new year, but it feels so far. You see, it feels so far away. I don't have an ID. ID is messed up. I can get a temporary ID. I don't have the means to get a temporary ID. Because if I do get 100 Rand or 50 Rand, that needs to go for the pot. You see, because if I'm going to use that on a temporary ID, we're not going to have anything to eat.
And without an ID, to get a job is...
It's difficult. It's sad for me. It's sad for my mom, because she's a pensioner.
So she's staying with you now?
Yes.
Okay.
We didn't talk about that part, why she's living by me. It's sad because now I need to sometimes depend on her, on that little money she gets in. She helps me, I help her. And it's not nice. It's not a nice feeling. There's days where my mind is like very like cloudy. Can't think properly because of we don't have anything. It's like literally poverty inside the house. I can go knock by a neighbor for that and for that, but then I need to pay it back. It's not for free, but for the means to pay it back can't, because I'm living on government money at the moment. The 2 kids, the grant.
Also, you're getting the grant money for the 2 kids,
for
right?
the 2 kids.
Don't you need an ID for they give you SASSA cards or...
So I get paid through the bank.
Right.
That I already sorted when I had the ID, you see.
Okay.
It's really difficult. Sometimes I have my pride. I don't feel like asking, but then I still think of my children. They need to eat. It's like they have to, because breakfast is the main meal of the day. When they wake up, I always make sure there is something the next day of the previous night. But sometimes there isn't. like most mornings there isn't. Feeding schemes at school, I depend on for little one because she's at, sometimes I have, sometimes I don't have. So, got this so-called boyfriend, but he's much more older than me. He could have been my father. We don't do anything like in sexual wise. I will just go there, he will give me 100 rand, maybe clean a kitchen or turn the lounge, he'll give me 100 rand. Then I depend on that to make a pot of food and to put something on the table. But at this moment of time, I didn't go to him now for this, say, a month, because I feel like I'm using this man actually. Like, I'm not, you can see he wants to build a life with me, but I can't because I don't feel the same way.
Right.
It's not legit. I'm not going there to him like with a mindset of, I want to get married to you, I love you. For me, it's like, I need money for food.
Sure.
And that's all I need. I just need money to feed my people at home. And I didn't go there to him now for a month because when I go there, I feel like I'm just here just for that money, and that's not a nice feeling. And he can also see that it's not like I'm coming there with a gift for him or giving him something in return, because I can't.
Grace.
It's not a nice feeling, so I cut that off, actually. I feel like I'm a very independent person. That's how I want to do stuff on my own. You know what I mean? My own money. I don't need a man or a friend or a cousin. That is in me.
Yes.
So for me to go out like a lot of, not mostly of the women's doing, going out there, having sex for money, they're doing that just to survive. I get that. I understand it. But I'm not there. I can't. I was on the verge of doing it. Like, I was on the verge of literally doing it. Got this guy, and I wanted to, and then I told myself, no, this is not you. And I stood up and I just left. Because he actually offered me like 1,000 rand. They called it like a full house. Like they say, full house. 1,000 rand. And as we were about to do it, then I just couldn't. I just stood there like, what are you doing? This is not you. And I just waited for him to turn around, walk in the other room, and then I just grabbed my stuff and I left. And me walking home that day, felt like the longest walk ever. Because now I'm walking and I've got nothing. Going home, everybody's depending on me now. Coming at home, they're going to expect now.
Right.
I'm going to need to come with shopping and this and that.
Does everyone at home know exactly where you're at and what you're going to be doing to get this money that they're depending on?
No. I tell my mom I'm going to a friend or something like that. The kid is in school, so that's during the day. I just tell mom I'm going to a friend and I'm going to go look for a job.
Right.
But I can't do that to myself. I can't. I know the time when me and my kid's father, we broke up. When everything departed, when he was away. For me to deal, because I couldn't sleep at night. Like, literally, I couldn't sleep.
The stress and just thinking, and your mind just couldn't stop working.
I had a lockjaw. He was gone already, and I had like lockjaw, like literally every second week. Then I have to go to Victoria Hospital. Then they like catch now stress. All of it. And then I decided to smoke weed. For relax, just to relax, to sleep. That went on like for a year, almost 2 years, and then that's not for me.
Weed.
Yes. And I decided to quit because now it's like you're smoking every day. You're not getting that feeling like in the beginning.
Right. you're not smoking now just to sleep now because now you gotta.
It's a habit now. You're getting addictive now. It's like that 10 rand you have, you're gonna need to buy your bag of weed. And for me, it's the same thing as you doing drugs actually. Because now if you earn money, get a proper job, you earn money, you're gonna need to use drugs or the weed, you're gonna need to smoke the weed. Where that money could have gone for something else. And there was a point where I actually went to go lend money to smoke. You see? But that is all, I don't do it anymore. I told myself, no, this is not the way. I quit. I'm now clean. Say 4 months. 4 months, I'm not smoking.
But, one other thing about drugs, and when I rather say when you take mind-altering substances, because weed is legal. I don't know whether one could say it's a drug anymore.
No,
because it's legal. But it does still alters the mind, right?
It affects a lot of things.
But it also, one of the things about it, the drugs, even the illegal ones, is that they numb the pain. And they make you forget about time.
Yes, that happened to me in the beginning. Me smoking the weed, it's like it made me forget about all the bad things. It made my mind relax. I went to go sleep. But then afterwards, I'm a spiritual person. I'm a godly person. I believe in God. So before me smoking weed, I used to dream a lot. My dreams for me was important. Not that I can read dreams, but my dreams it's something that I know this is a sign of some way. God is giving me a sign of something. But when I started to smoke weed, I didn't dream at all. Like for that whole 2 years smoking weed, there was no dreams, and that made me scared. That was like a very scary feeling, because now it's like, what if this taste of the weed or the feeling of the weed, it's not gonna satisfy me now. I want more. That's gonna be.
Oh, then you're gonna upscale now to a drug now that can give you that same yes.
And then I just decided, no, Anthea, this is not you. The same with the part of sex for money thing. I just cut that also off. I'm like, no, can't do this anymore, and I can't do it to my kids.
And that's why they say that for people who can't close the tap, switch a tap off, that weed is a gateway drug. Because you start off with weed, it gives you that feeling in the beginning, and then that feeling wanes off, right?
It wanes off.
Now you got to take something that can take you back to that feeling.
Now your body is tired. Your body feels tired. When you wake up in the morning, you don't wake up the time you used to wake up. So it makes you tired. It makes you feel like, just leave everything just so. Just relax. Just leave it. But that's not supposed to be like that. You're going to need to push the whole time. You're going to need to do that, do this. You can't just relax.
Right.
And that actually just clicked, like, no, this can't go so on anymore, because at the time when I was smoking, got friends. Now I'm a free bird. For me, it's almost like I'm breaking free. I'm out in the world now, because I wasn't used to that.
Yes, you kept at home and you couldn't go out. I couldn't go
now
out. You've got do you have a phone now and all these things?
Yes, but I can't pay my phone.
Okay.
Phone is not paid, but
right.
I do have a cell phone. That was all. I'm connected on Facebook.
But you're contactable now and you're out in the world.
I'm out in the world. I'm going
Bumble?
Places.
Are you on Bumble and Tinder?
No, not. No, only WhatsApp and Facebook. So now I'm out in the world. I'm going mad. I'm going to clubs.
Okay. When is this now? Last year?
Last year.
Right.
And the beginning of the year.
Right.
Going out every weekend. Don't even have money. I'm being invited of friends.
Where are these friends coming from?
one friend, she's from Lavendale, very nice girl. She knows my situation. It's not like a bad influence, nothing.
Right.
Then it's cousins, also family that comes weekends, drink and all of that, go out. But that all, I put all that to a stop. I don't have a job. I can't just worry about going out clubbing. That's not important anymore. Not at all. I wanted to say something else now.
Maybe while you think about that, we spoke briefly early on, and you mentioned that you hope that the people who know you watching this.
Yes. Hopefully, God's willing, if the people see this, watch this, I don't think they should judge what's happening, what I'm talking about. Because in the area, in the society I live in, it's a very small community. So everybody's looking on each other like, your eyes on that person, your eyes. But I'm always, everything that happens in the house stays in the house. So when I'm standing outside on the stairs with the crowd, I don't talk about what's happening upstairs. I don't talk about, so when you meet me for the first time, you won't say I've got kids and I've got all that responsibility, because I don't speak about it. And that's not a bad thing, because in my community, they love to judge. It's like a whole judge thing.
Where do you think it comes from?
It comes from actually, there's nothing to do in that community. There's nothing keeping the youth busy. There's not like a cricket club like in Langa. There's not like a netball. There's not a center for the kids to do something. So now they will stand on that corner, they will smoke their weed, they will drink, and they will judge everybody. It's like, did you see that person? Did you get, she did that last night. Oh, they went to go shopping again. It's a whole negativity vibe happening. So it's not like in Delft, where I used to live for that period of time. When you go to that neighbor, all of them stand together. They're like, what is happening at your house? Let's try to fix this. Everybody's standing together
as a
community.
Right.
They don't do this here. They really don't do this here.
So you're actually on your own.
Yes.
As much as you stay with people, but you're actually on your own.
And I don't trust anybody. Whether it looks like I trust that person, I don't. Yeah, because for me, my fear is in this time actually now, is me losing that place I'm living in. Because where we gonna go if anything, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not working. My brother's on drugs. My brother's literally on drugs at this moment of time. Mommy's not working. Mommy's on pension. I'm not working. I can't pay the rent. Whether it's a little, I don't have the means to. Because of that change I have left over, that's gonna need to go for something.
Yes, yeah. I mean,
in the house,
the
kids, my kids.
Yes, yeah.
Pair of shoes, whatever, slippers, I need to do. I can't go and pay the rent. But it's not like I'm sitting still and not doing anything about it. I was at the rent office. I've been telling them what's happening. But you don't know what to expect of the community. For me, I don't know if it's all in my mind or what, but I can sense that community, they're not right. It's like they will work you out if they have to, especially of jealousy. But I don't put my mind to it the whole time. I'm not gonna still the whole time think of it, because I know God's got my back. all the time.
100%.
But for the people that's gonna see this video, watch it. Don't judge. Rather take it as an inspiring story, but don't be negative on it. If you see me in the road and you saw that girl there on YouTube, oh, you were brave. Give me a compliment. Say something good. Don't say, oh, she went this and she did that. Then I'm talking out of my community, because that's how I picture that community of being. If one of them see it, they're gonna look at me different. They're gonna it's gonna spread. Word is gonna go from door to door, because they know me. I grew up here half of my life, to say so. So mostly of the bigger people in the area, they know me, because I was friends with their kids back in the day and all of that. And for me, it's actually sad to see the community just doing what they want to. The kids, they very disrespectful towards big people.
Right.
It's not a nice sight to see, because now I'm raising 2 daughters. One isn't with me. That's a little good for me. It feels like that's a little good. She's not here, so she can be out in the world here and see all of those things. Teenage pregnancy, it's all over the place.
In that community.
In the community, there's like, at this moment as we're speaking, there's 3 teenagers. That's 2 is pregnant and the one already gave birth.
2 guys also from that community.
It's girls from.
No, I'm saying the partners.
So the one
boys.
partner was from the community. Only the one girls.
Right.
Two partners is from the community.
Older men?
No, they're young, like very young.
Yeah,
So
okay.
like talking about 13 to about 14.
13, 14-year-old.
Yes, my daughter's age.
The girls.
The girls, 14, 15.
And the boys?
The one girl, she's 16. She's already got a baby. A baby's almost a year. So he's like 22, 23. But that's not my life. That is their own thing.
Sure.
My thing is, that's my fear for my kids.
That's right, for your kids.
And it's not like I live at the bottom. I've got a yard. I can close up. I live right on top. So kids are gonna get boring. Kids get boring when they sit up the whole time. They want to go play. They want to have fun.
And they make friends with the other kids. So you can't. How do you deny them? Yeah.
They adapt like certain behaviors.
Are you really seeing those right now?
I'm seeing that in my daughter. I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
The small one.
Right.
I'm seeing that small behaviors. But I can't blame her, because dad also played a big role in that. Because she was small when he left. She was small. She was very small when he left. And for me to be there, going through that traumatizing, she was very traumatized.
Right.
I could have seen that she couldn't sleep. She was waking up in the night. I had to be there whole time, counseling, keeping her calm. I'm here. Don't worry. Mommy's here. Mommy's going to sort it out. Don't worry. And I don't talk about parenting outside to people. When I stand outside, I don't talk about parenting like, I'm a mom, I've got those kids. I don't do that. It's all in here. It's I'm going through that. Maybe I neglected also little small things, like in why is Zoe in Delft now with a granny? Maybe I could have done more to get that transport, like for her to be the side. But to think back, there wasn't any other way.
Sure. You didn't have options.
I didn't have any option. I had to literally take them out of Constantia Primary. And Zita was a year at home. And then Zita had to do grade 2 over. But she's doing good.
Good.
But I don't want that cycle to. I don't want it to go on like when they were in Constantia Primary. I don't want them to go through that again.
That unsettling, that
Unsettling.
demakarness all over the place.
Yes, I don't want that. That's why there is transport. There's a lady that charged me 500 rand a month. But for me not working now to give that 500 rand of the SASSA money I get, it's difficult. It's difficult. So I'm hoping and praying I get the job before the school start. So that she have transport in the morning, then I know I can get the events ready before I go to work. She just need to stand on the stairs, transport get up at the stairs.
And then,
I come out to work, she's dropped off already.
Yes.
Much easier. Where I need to get my sister's son again to come.
Yeah. Anthea?
What do you think?
What do you mean, what do I think?
You look tired.
No, I'm thinking, it's yeah, it's not easy.
It's not
easy. I mean, I'm trying to put myself in your shoes and trying to think, if I'm in this corner, what would I do to try and box my way out of it? That's what maybe it looks like it's wearing me down because I'm thinking about that while you're talking, and I'm just, But Anthea, we could go on for days.
Yes.
We could go on. I think you might have to come back here again and give me a part 2. Maybe talk about parenting and talk about just some of the things. As I said earlier on, I've got a 10-year-old, and we'd probably find there's quite a couple of similarities from a parenting perspective that we've gone through, But I think we have to close it off because Matt is looking at me funny now. He's going to start saying, nah, bro, we need to go and sleep now. Come on. No, but I just want to say thank you, Anthea. Thank you for just being open and frank,
I think I wasn't open like this in a long time. I must say it feels shoulders a little lighter, small little lighter. I'm also grateful for this opportunity. I'm not even like a small part of me forgot about the situation at home, what's happening.
Right.
I just forgot about that because I was in this moment.
Yes.
I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
To feel that almost like, don't worry, everything is gonna be okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. It's a pleasure, and you're welcome anytime. And it's very brave of you. I mean, what you said about judgment and what people will think of you, I think it's a very brave thing that you're doing.
I can remember my dad's words, man. He's always told me, don't worry what the people say. Don't you worry what the people say. And I never did that. I always worried what the people think. Whether it's a boyfriend or friend, or I always worried what they think about me. But nowadays I can't give 2 fucks. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I can't. Because I've got a serious situation happening in my household that needs to get better. Yes. And that is all up to me. It's all up to me. That's my choice. That's why I chose not to smoke anymore. I chose not to drink anymore. I won't say like drinking like quitting. When there's like a cider, invite me, then I will. But it's a limit.
Right.
It's not like a continuously. Yeah. I can't worry what the people think. If they want to now make fun of me, look at me funny, or whatever, they can go ahead. I don't care. Because that's not important. What's important is my life, my kids, my household, what's happening inside. That's now important. It needs to change. God. It gets depressing, really. It gets. You keep your head up high, you walk like, oh, there's nothing wrong. Oh, she's living a life. It's not. They don't know what's happening. It's not nice. And it's not going on only nuts. I've tried a lot. I've tried for life to be all sunny and rainbows. It's just lost for that moment. And then it's just back to square one. It's never, it's always getting to this point where we now. It's never how can I say, it's never where it's always sunny and rainbows continue. I want that for my kids. But I still got them. They motivate me, like with their grades, with their speech, what they talk. That motivate me a little.
Yes.